They were moving the ball and scoring. But then what we saw was they kind of started whittling away in the second half. So we knew that if we could weather that storm there at the beginning, that we thought offensively we could start wearing them down a little bit.
Let's talk about the offense of the Salem Tigers. Obviously, we had some big runs in the contest, but this is one of the most balanced offensive attacks we had, with all your running backs getting a good chance to run the ball, contributing. Brody Ray had some nice big gains for you. Silas with some long runs and touchdowns. Alton May with some key runs. And then you had some guys come in. Will Land with a big run for you. When you had guys that had to come in and spot in there, Coach, everything seemed to be very fluid for the Salem Tigers on the offensive side.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a relief and kind of a good sign when you look around and you see that you got that many athletes that are able to do that type of thing. And when we watched them and saw, and you're right, I mean, you had Silas, you had Brody, both 100-yard rushers on the night. Alton May, Will Land, Paxton Deason stepping in when they had to. I thought overall it was just an amazing group effort from that crew as a whole.
Kind of went back to the old Salem Tigers days. Don't try and get it all in one bunch. Sure, you'll take the 67-yard touchdown run. Who won't? But if you can, take that time off the clock. And we really saw some very long drives by the Salem Tigers that took, I think one drive was 8 minutes and some odd seconds. Coach, that's 3/4 of a quarter. That's not a bad drive.
We hit halftime, and I thought, good Lord, is it already halftime? I mean, it went quick, and I thought the third quarter went real quick. But that's a attribute for our offense. I mean, they're sitting there hanging on the ball. They're driving. They're moving the ball. We're getting 10-play, 12-play type drives. So that's hats off to them. That's really what we want. We want to be able to use our offense as a great defense so that when we bring the defense in, they're fresh, they're ready to go. Obviously, when you're two-way playing with quite a few players, you're not always going to get that. But offensively, that helps us in the long run because then it puts a little bit more pressure on the other team that they've got to get moving.
Tigers really did a good job getting to the outside, but they had some good blocks. And I want to tell you, the offensive line really shot out, and a shout out to them because obviously they don't get enough credit all year long. They're in there pounding all the time. And I know we always talk about the running backs and the quarterbacks, and they always get the glory and stuff. But without the firing off of the line and getting some holes open, hey, we wouldn't have gotten what we got. But I want to tell you something. A lot of these running backs, it looked like they had a little bit more determination. Brody Ray probably ran as hard this game as I've seen him all year. It looked like something in the second half changed, and he just put his head down and he just rolled over people. And that's the kind of Brody we need again tonight.
It was exciting, and I thought watching that we were seeing the evolution of Brody at that fullback position and really start to step into it. He has got such a quick first step, and he can be a game changer, difference maker for us when there's a gap in there, and feels that right now. He and I talked about this quite a bit. I think sometimes he looks and goes to get the ball and sees a big wall of people and doesn't realize that eventually our linemen are going to do their job and it's going to open. He's just got to hit it at that full speed. And I think we started to see that in the game Friday night. You've got, as we already hit on, we've got the other running backs that are running. And anytime they run, obviously we put their name in the paper. And hats off to them because a lot of them had some very good performances. But I think you hit the biggest one on the head is that, we're not going to go anywhere if we don't have those front five guys road grading and paving the way. And add Gavin Sapal to that as a tight end. I mean, he's a glorified offensive lineman. He's the one few of us that gets to go out and catch a pass every once in a while.
Sure.
But, as a former offensive line, D-line guy, I look at guys like him, and that was kind of who we looked up to back in the day. But the tight ends, not Gavin, but the tight ends, that position itself. But if we don't have those 5 or 6 people out there road grading and knocking people over, those it's going to be hard for those running backs.
It really was a key play. I know on one of Silas's long touchdown runs, Gavin actually took out 2 guys with 1 block. You don't see that very often, but that's like a lineman's dream to get 2 guys down on 1 block. But it takes that's all a timing mechanism. You got those 2 guys that close together. If you can get them both, if you can hit one and bump them into the other and take them both out of the play, well, that's just a dream.
Yes, and that is, especially as an offensive lineman. I call them knockdown or pancake blocks, and you get 2 of those type blocks in one play. I mean, that is a lineman dream, and because then as a lineman, hey, I just gave my guy a chance to score, and that's the opportunity we want. And I mean, Silas was busting out some pretty good sized runs, and I think it's pretty well known, not just in the SCA, but anybody that's played us, that Silas can be an explosive weapon. I like it at the point where we're saying, yeah, he's an explosive weapon, but our line's also creating max-size truck type holes that he can get through.
But there was some key runs by Alton May, and I know we haven't really gone to Alton a lot on those third down runs, but he picked you up some big yards and getting some key first downs on some drives on 3rd and 7s and 3rd and 8s, and that's not normally one you convert, but Alton gave you the extra effort. He's learning how to play that position, isn't he?
I think Alton can be a scary player here in the future. He's got a quick step. He's got, at the beginning of the year we joked around that Silas was the type guy that's going to beat you with speed. Fullbacks were going to be the type that we're going to pound you, and I said Alton's got that Barry Sanders type step where he's going to make you miss regardless. And I'm excited. He and I've talked. I keep explaining to him all the time. Alton, you're only a sophomore. It's going to come even more to you. It'll be natural. And I think that he's getting in there and having some fun when he's had some of those big runs and feels pretty good about how he's doing. And I'm excited to see what we see from him in the future as well.
Well, to get Silas with a couple of touchdowns, Brody Ray had that one, and as we mentioned, 83-yard touchdown drive in that first half. One touchdown in that first half, but it took all that time off the clock. And when you gave a little bit of time back left to Buffalo at the end of that first half, Coach, they were able to complete a couple passes. They got a big penalty in there as well, but one heck of a catch by their receiver at right in the middle part of the field. I'm thinking, come on, guys. You just got to stop him at the 1 yard line, but, don't leave him that wide open because anything can happen.
Well, and that was, we constantly talk and teach and preach to him that, hey, we go to the whistle. That was a conversation that came up at halftime that, guys, this is the exact reason why we go till the whistle. Mm-hmm. Because right now most of them didn't think that he was going to make that catch, or according to some of them, they thought the quarterback was past the line of scrimmage. And I said, guys, there's no yellow, no laundry on the field. We can't play it that way. You got to play it like it's still a live play and go. And hats off, great play by that quarterback, amazing catch by that running back, and just made some great plays.
Well, it was a very exciting game and on the offensive side, but it took the defense as well to stop the Buffalo Bison. We're going to talk about them when we come back on Tiger Talk with Coach Neil Myers right after this.
MissouriNet.com is your free online news source. No monthly fees or annoying limited access to stories. For more than 50 years, MissouriNet reporters have been bringing you all things Missouri. Visit MissouriNet.com for our feature program Show Me Today, plus up-to-date news and sports. Are you a Missouri history buff? Check out Across Our Wide Missouri, MissouriNet, on the web at MissouriNet.com, on X at MissouriNet, MissouriNet.com.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Neil Myers. We talked about the offense in the first part of our Tiger Talk, Coach. A very balanced offensive game for the Salem Tigers running. Yeah, we didn't have any more passing yards again, and it's one of those kind of bring back the shoe era, but, nonetheless, our one pass out of every 3 games, why not? But the one thing that was really stood out is the Tiger defense. We bent a few times. We didn't break. Isaiah Young, their quarterback, was an outstanding athlete. He could run the ball. He could throw the ball. They had some good receivers. All in all, you just had to be pleased with the full effort by the Salem Tiger defense because they did shut them down on a number of 4th down plays.
No, I'm very, very happy with the defense, and that's something that I think that we've had, a pretty good, it was Kabul, it was Buffalo, but we've had a pretty good run, and that was kind of what I talked about or have talked about previously. That I think we're kind of getting into a point where I'm not saying we're plateauing, but we're getting the wheels turning pretty well going into this district action, and I think that was just a continuation of what we saw defensively because they've been playing very well.
And a lot of people say you lose to Liberty with 49 points and stuff. Okay, that's 49 points, but they've scored 70 points on others and 65. And, Mountain Grove has done the same thing. We held them to 30. When you start to see that, a lot of that, though, is because the defense is on the field most of the game, in those kind of games. Well, it didn't have to be on the field for most of the game against Buffalo. Matter of fact, it was probably fairly balanced in the first half, maybe a little bit more in the second half because we didn't have the longer drives that we did in that first half. But still, Coach, that defense was ready to play. I mean, it looked like they came out, had a little bit more grit to them, and trying to stop Buffalo. And hopefully the people saw the same thing. We got in that backfield. We chased Young around. He just had the talent to be able to find some holes after being chased. And the Tigers had a little trouble getting him down a couple times. But he's an outstanding athlete, as I mentioned. But overall, I think our pass coverage was pretty good. Can't can't blame anybody for that guy making a one-handed catch in the middle of the field. But, as far as coverage, I think we were step to step with most of those guys.
No, we were. And, I look back, I see guys like a Paxton Deason. There was a deep pass on him. And, it's awesome to me to watch when a younger kid or a kid that, as I've put with Paxton before, in years past, something bad would happen and it would go. And, Paxton had some amazing coverage on that kid. And I said, we're sitting there watching it in real time. And I remember thinking, coaches, that's textbook. I mean, he opened up. When the kid looked back, he looked right back at it, got eyes on the ball. Great coverage to make it. And that's hard for a high school quarterback to get to throw a dime that good to where they get in there and can throw it on a coverage like that. But all around, I mean, you got Max, Paxton, you got Silas, and I call our umbrella, and then our two safeties with Brody and Gavin dropping into coverage. I mean, those five right there, that's a pretty solid duo. Or I shouldn't say duo, I'm sorry. Pretty solid group of guys that are that I don't even think have reached the full potential of how good they can really be.
And when you talk about some of those defensive plays, obviously they had a 6'8" guy we talked about earlier, and Silas went up. He actually had the ball in his hands, and Silas knocked it out on the play. The young man got hurt, and then it both kind of fell down awkwardly, and he fell on his left shoulder. But that was great coverage. And then you had Max Schlomer go right in front. It actually looked like he was kind of baiting their quarterback, Young, and all but had that interception, just couldn't hang on. So, I mean, when you see the defense, though, they look like they're starting to recognize things out there, Coach. And that's just because we're getting to the 10th, 11th, 12th week of the season. You got to win and go on. But maybe it's just a little bit more of recognizing, hey, guys, I'm understanding what he's doing. Let's all get on the same boat.
Well, and I think that's a perk of any time that you can go longer in the postseason. We had some freshmen that when we hit postseason asked, Coach, do we need to be there? And the conversation I had was, guys, we're in the postseason. I would like for you there because it's extra practice time. Well, that goes even for juniors and seniors. Our secondary is getting amazing practice time and more looks, and our defense as a whole, our offense as a whole. I mean, we're getting more time. That normally, it was funny, we had conference selections just yesterday, or on Wednesday, I'm sorry, and I was coming back thinking, every other year I've been going home after we finish up with this and not having to worry about getting to practice and thinking, man, how do these other teams that have to practice, how do they get there? I'm looking at it feeling really good about myself, like, heck yeah, I'm getting to go to practice because we got more time.
Yep.
And more time means that you get more reps. The more reps we get, the better it's going to make us.
And obviously people probably know about that second Buffalo touchdown. That was not a touchdown, obviously.
No.
The ball was caught at the 1, and to give the kid a lot of credit, he took that ball in the gut right at the 1-yard line, tried to back in, then tried to turn, and as he did, he cupped the ball. We knocked it out at the 1, and the ball was recovered by the Salem Tigers. And I don't know where the officials came up with the idea that he was over the goal line, which he never was, but they call it a touchdown, and that has to be kind of had to hit the defense kind of hard because they actually did a great job of keeping them out, forcing the fumble, recovering the fumble at about the half-yard line, only to have it called a touchdown. That's kind of demoralizing.
Oh, it's that's the highs and lows of a football game. From where I was standing, I thought that Max came in, got his hand right on the ball as the kid was spinning. Max was just going the other way. It worked out great. He ripped it out. I thought, heck yeah, that's a great defensive play. We recovered it. Awesome. Bend but don't break. That's exactly kind of how we want to be. I'm all excited. We're cheering, offense. And then I see him starting to convene. And I thought, okay, well, we'll call it an incomplete.
Right,
whatever.
that's kind of what I thought.
We reported touchdown. I said, somebody must be watching some officiating tape from how to be an official in the NFL or the college ranks coming into this, because I didn't think from where I was standing he was anywhere near it. I thought he was about the 1.5 yard, 2 yard line. I thought he was a step or two easily away from getting in, but I thought we made a great play. And then when it came up touchdown, I said, oh no. And of course, at this point in time as high schools, we have the ability to review a lot of those plays. And we just don't have review in high school. But of course, I'm hearing it from my coaches up top. Hey, Coach, that's not it. It was funny. I looked at our sideline official, and Keto's been there a couple times in our games, and I asked him, I said, touchdown? I said, I thought it was a fumble. And he said, Coach, I'm going to have to look at that one because I thought the same thing. And so I think there was I don't think there was confusion, but I think there was a couple that thought it was something else.
Sure.
And then where the touchdown came, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And again, it was, of course, being that we had the video stream, we were actually looking at the replay. I'm like, not even close. Grant you, the young man was at about the half-yard line when he caught the ball, but he was turning, and the ball actually came out to the 1 as he was turning to try and get in instead of just backpedaling into the end zone, which then I could understand, but he never got to the goal line. So anyway, it didn't really matter. Salem held on and won it. But at that time, though, Coach, that made it a football game.
Yes.
And Buffalo had a chance.
Yep, and at that point that made it 20-14.
Yeah,
because they went in and hit the 2-point conversion right after. And for us, of course, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, we know the onside's coming because as a coach, I'm looking at it trying to think a step ahead. So let's get the onside team. We made some adjustments there because we had kind of been expecting onsides from them all night.
Right.
Made still some other adjustments, got some other players in. They came out. We got that recovery on the outside. Great onside kick by their guy, too. I thought, holy cow. We went out Alt May, if I'm not mistaken, remember he fielded it, got hit pretty good and hard.
Yeah, he got popped.
And he got up and, we checked on him. We wanted to make sure he was good. But, we got it back. Offense came out, and we knew we needed 2 first downs, and we could have a game.
Yep. And offense did exactly what they needed to do to secure the win. Salem Tigers win in 2014 to get to the semifinal of the Class 3 District 5 playoffs. And we're going to head down to Mountain Grove. We're going to talk about the Panthers when we come right back on Tiger Talk after this.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri, coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Neil Myers, Coach of the Tigers, going to take on the Mountain Grove Panthers for the second time this year. This time we're going down to Mountain Grove, face the Panthers in their home field. Always a tough place to play. And the Salem Tigers have played Mountain Grove in playoffs down there before. So this is not the first time, is it?
No, it's not. It's funny you bring that up because I was sitting there thinking about this morning while I was getting ready. And, there's 2 teams that have been in our district. This is my 3rd season here that have been in our district every year since I've been here. St. James and Mountain Grove. And out of our district games, we have played Mountain Grove in 3 years 5 times, and we have played St. James 5 times. So I look at it, and I'm sitting there going through math and thinking about it. But, yeah, we get to see Mountain Grove for a second time, kind of the same thing as last year. Mm-hmm. Our schedules always stay the same during the season conference-wise, so we see them the same week. And then this time we get to see them a week later. Last year we saw them first week, would have been last week. This time we get to see them the second week. So be a fun time.
It's always interesting when it comes down to the playoffs because it doesn't really matter what happened during the regular season. Though the Salem Tigers played a very good game against Mountain Grove, he still fell to them, but still it was not a blowout. It was a fairly close game considering. And when you think about having to go down to Mountain Grove, we have gone down there before, and I think some fans might remember a debacle down there with an onside kick in which we recovered, and they threw a flag and said it was out of bounds, and then they said it didn't go far enough, and they made like 5 different excuses as to why Salem couldn't keep the ball. I think people remember all that. And just those instances with Mountain Grove, there's always been a rivalry between these 2 teams. Call it officials' calls, call it sports, call it the baseball fight back in the 90s. Doesn't matter. There just has always been kind of some bad blood between these 2 teams.
Well, I nothing against it, but for Salem, I hope there is. One of the things I had always heard about and I had known about before I ever got down here was I remember hearing the whole talk of Salem beating Houston for 40-plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And, I started doing some math on the Mountain Grove thing and started diving into it this year. And I looked at it and went back 15 years and saw that we've only won 3 times in 15 years. For me, that gets me a little bitter thinking – that's where we want to be. Mm-hmm. We want to be on the flip side of that, but that's who we got to go after. So, yeah, I think there is a little bit of rivalry, and I think there should be. Not only that, but we're the only 2 Class 3 schools in this whole conference.
Right.
So, a lot of the other schools get to see each other in the Class 2 districts. We're the only two Class 3. So out of our district, it's just us in Mountain Grove, or it could be an Ava, or it was like that my first year. But I think that definitely breeds a little bit of that. And then I think even as we continue to grow and continue, as the plan is to get better, I think that rivalry will only intensify when you have two good teams going at each other, and that's what makes you better overall.
And I think it's two programs that respect each other as well. I know for years Mountain Grove looked up. We Coach Shukar would go down there with a team that obviously was built for the run, but we didn't do that. Mountain Grove liked to throw the ball back at that time, and obviously they kept games going longer and longer. And I think they finally realized the longer the game goes, the more Salem's going to keep scoring points because our offense just kept out there. But as times change, Mountain Grove then became pretty much kind of a powerhouse in Class 3. Salem Tigers have fallen off in the last few years. They have not had that same kind of success. But that's what we're trying to build back to. Mountain Grove has found that, I won't say the magic elixir that makes everything keep the same for years and years, because they've had a couple of down years in which it wasn't Mountain Grove type years. And the Salem Tigers had the same thing. So they're trying to find that magic potion, again, to get it back to that above 500 year and then go far into the playoffs. That's the goals. But when you go against each other right now, at this stage of each of these seasons, yes, Mountain Grove had a great season. Salem Tigers had a good season, but not a great season. And now it's time to make it a great season. You can do that by winning this game at Mountain Grove. What an upset it would be, number one, because all the experts say there's no chance, that's the perfect time. You've got nothing to lose.
I love it. I love it when we get told that we don't have a shot. There's the Ozark Sports Zone. I see that. I love it when we're four guys that vote for the other team. I love it. I look at it, there's many sayings. I think any team can win on a Friday night. If you're playing poker, all you got to hear is all I need is a chip and a chair. And really, that's what it comes down to. I think that any team can win on a Friday night. Kind of the message that we've shared with the players is, look, we're going to have to go out. We're going to have to play our best game. But also with that, we're going to have some luck, because when you get to this level of the game, there is some luck that plays into it. Ball may bounce awkward. It may not. It may bounce, as we've seen this year, as we've talked about. I've never seen so many scoop and score fumble recoveries that took a one bounce hop right into a guy's hands. That can be us as well. And I think that we have to keep that in mind, and mentally we have to stay in the game. When something goes bad, as we've talked as a team, we can't ebb and flow and go with it. We have to stay consistent and constant, knowing that, hey, use this as an example. Offense had a turnover. Defense has got to be coming in. Hey, we're going to get the ball back, and we're going to get it back for you. Let's go.
When you have a week off, and I know it, football players, anybody in sports after a season goes, you're used to your routine. You've got your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday routine, your Thursday before the game on Friday. Okay, you have a routine. They had a week off, and obviously if they had some injured players, that's a great thing. But just that routine, Coach, it can kind of throw things off, at least initially, to start that game, can't it?
Oh, it can. We've had a couple situations where we went and had to play a Saturday game. We've had to play a Thursday game. That throws you off completely because, like you said, we're creatures of habit, creatures of routine. And for us, we have a strict thing. Monday's our film day / install type. Tuesday, we really kind of go over things slowly. Get it brought in, but we still have some contact and some hitting going on. Wednesday, we're a full go. Thursday, we're review special teams. And Friday, we're gaming. Well, anytime you throw that off, it throws everybody off. So I think that could be a situation. For Mountain Grove, they've had a full week off. I would assume Coach Swafford's been in this game long enough and been successful enough. I would assume that he had something set up for him where it was very similar. I think it was 2 years ago we played St. James ended up on a Saturday. We still did a movie night on a Friday night to kind of represent what a normal game time for us would be. So I think you got to keep that. Again, as I said, Coach Swafford's been in this game long enough. He's not new to it. I'm pretty sure they probably had something along those lines. Can it mess with him? If it's going to, I hope it does. I mean, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that, but that we need. I think anytime you get any type of a break, it's going to help you.
And it can help you, but also sometimes it may breed a little overconfidence sometimes as well. Because, hey, we came in number one. Nobody can beat us. Hey, we've already beaten this team. We can beat them again. All we got to do is show up. That doesn't always work, does it, Coach?
No, it doesn't. And in that situation, as a team, Again, maybe I'm an underdog type guy, but when I look at it and I told our guys that we've got nothing to lose. And it kind of a Gene Hackman quote from the old movie The Replacements, but a team with nothing to lose has nothing to fear.
Yeah.
And we've got nothing to fear at this point, and we can go out and put everything and lay it on the table. And I'm sure in their mind they're thinking, well, we've already beat this team. We got who's next? Probably is it Clever? Is it St. James? I'm sure they're thinking that. Where we're looking at it saying, hey, we've got to focus down, and this is the game we've got to win.
You don't look at the next game because you've got to win this one to get to the next one.
That is 100%.
Coach, we wish you the very best in your district semifinal against the Mountain Grove Panthers at Mountain Grove. Good luck, Coach.
Stan, I appreciate it. TIG.
ERS. Go Tigers. It's district football on KSMO Media. Stick around. We'll come right back with the game right after this.
Thank you, Stan. That's been Tiger Talk with Coach Neil Myers and Stan Stevens. Tiger Talk has been brought to you as a courtesy of Looking Glass Salon and Flying W Boutique. Stay tuned. Salem Tiger football is next.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Okay, it's time for our fan field goal kick of the game. Hey, he's wearing a Pioneer brand Power Core Enlist Corn t-shirt. Of course, Pioneer brand Power Core Enlist Corn beats the competition yields by 7.7 bushels an acre. All right, here's the kick. It's good! Not bad for a guy in work boots.
Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/powerup.
Welcome to this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Town & Country Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa, Mooney Auto Supply, Town Screen LLC, Taxmasters, Town & Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Joe Brand and Leah Nash, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, United Country Salem Realty, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, American Family Insurance, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Candy Mink and Katie Cardi, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, On the Spot Auto Glass, Ozark Overhead Door, Shelter Insurance, Jet Tire and Auto, The Technology Junkyard, Legends Automotive LLC, Salem License Bureau, Prevention Consultants of Missouri, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Discount Bins, Flying W Boutique, Healthy Dent County, the City of Salem, VIP Properties, Salem Farm Equipment, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Quick Tan and more, Four Rivers Community Health Center and Rocking G Western Trading Post. And now get ready for Salem Tiger football, right here on KSMO Media.
And we welcome you to Mountain Grove, Missouri. Stan Stevens and Rick Hoyt and KSMO Media team bringing you Tiger District football against the Mountain Grove Panthers. It was 4 weeks ago, Ricky. That seemed that long ago, but it really was just over a month ago.
That's right.
When Mountain Grove came to Salem, and Salem lost 30-6. But it was a close game at halftime, 14-6 ball game. Mountain Grove took advantage of a couple of mistakes in the second half. A much closer game, I think most people actually anticipated.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. I think it was, and like saying, and I had people come up to me and say, "Hey, what was the difference in the game?" And I said, "Well, I said Salem kind of got into a little bit of a rhythm. I thought in that game, Stan. I thought that they come out, they didn't rush things. They come to the line, like you say, and they kind of slowed things down. And I think that really helped the Salem Tiger bounce out. And I think that hurt Mountain Grove.
That, and I think one of the things too, Ricky, is that they played an excellent defensive game.
Yeah.
Aiden Estep, who's a very good passer, completed no passes in that game for Mountain Grove.
No.
And the Tiger defense was able to slow it down. Of course, you've got, obviously, Mr. Curtis.
Oh, God.
And he was a load to hold. But nonetheless, I think the Tigers did a pretty good job. 30-6 was not an embarrassing score. It was a good score against a very good football team. And the Tigers look to improve on that tonight. Yeah, Mountain Grove's had a week off.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's good. And sometimes that's not good.
That's right. You know when you got all the momentum standing, once you're going to have to shut down for a week. Where Salem got coming off a big win last week against Buffalo, coming in here, kind of high right now. So let's keep that momentum going. Let's see if Mountain Grove comes out with with the passion, or they're going to kind of be a little bit asleep here to start the game.
And it may take them a few sets to try and get back into that rhythm.
Yep.
And if they make mistakes, Ricky, and the Salem Tigers can capitalize on those mistakes, you never know. That's why you play the game.
That's right.
They want to thank a lot of people, first off, making it possible for us to bring you Tiger football. First off, thank you to ladies at Flying W Boutique and Looking Glass Salon for sponsoring our Tiger Talk. They've done it all year long. Alicia, Candy, and Katie at 101 West 4th Street downtown, Salem, Missouri. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, our intro of the football games has been brought to you by United Country Salem Realty, and they've been sponsoring our intro all year long to all our sports. Babette Wells is the broker owner. Call her 573-729-3148 or any of her team, or stop by 605 South Main. On the video screen, if you are streaming with us on Misha.tv, that's right, the only place you'll find this game is Misha.tv. You will see at the bottom of the screen the Ozark Overhead Door scorebook. That's right, Zane and his entire staff doing a tremendous job of keeping your garage doors and other outdoor doors working properly. Give them a call, whether you need an installation, repair, or maintenance. Give Zane a call, 314-243-9341. And our instant replays we have off and on throughout the entire contest. You'll have those brought to you by Hub's Tire Center. They have been sponsoring our instant replay like the past 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
3-generation family-owned business in Salem, handling your tire needs, state inspections, auto repairs, so much more. It's Hub's Tire Center, 801 South Main, 573-729-5800. Well, first off, this is Stan Stevens inviting you to experience the excitement of the 2025 Misha Football Show Me Bowl. Catch the top teams in Missouri as they battle for the championship glory. From 8-man to 11-man classes 1 through 6, all competing on Craig Field at Spratt Memorial Stadium in St. Joe. Mark your calendars, December 4th through 6th. It's 3 action-packed days of high school football at its finest. Don't miss a moment of the championship drama, unforgettable plays, and the pride of the Missouri high school sports. Get all the details now at misha.org. That's MSHSAA.org. That's the 2025 Misha Show Me Bowl for football, December 4th through the 6th, where champions are made.
Very well, Stan. Nice job.
Should be a lot of fun. There's some excellent football teams out there this year. If you get a chance to, again, the championships will be in St. Joe this year. They're kind of getting away from the middle part of the state.
That's kind of different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit different, but that's all right.
Yeah.
The Tigers will be, if you are video streaming this with us, on Misha.tv. And by the way, that is the only place you can find the video, as there is a paywall to watch the game. So if you're listening in on KSMO AM 1340 or FM 95.7, and you're also streaming with us at KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, or KSMO YouTube. If you want to video stream the contest here from Mountain Grove, again, you'll have to go to MSHSAA.tv, and you'll have to enter some credit card information, etc. And there's a paywall there to stream the game.
Okay, we just had the coin toss, Stan. Looks like Mountain Grove has won the toss and maybe deferred.
Okay, it's very good. So as you watch the screen, if you are video streaming with us, Mountain Grove is in their burgundy jerseys. They have a different burgundy pants, kind of like a little bit more of a the color they wore at Salem. What color do we use? I don't remember, but it wasn't burgundy. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And Salem Tigers are in their white jerseys with the Carolina blue numbers and a navy blue helmets. Mountain Grove has the gray helmet, and that's the first time I remember seeing them in those gray helmets.
I seen them come down tonight, Stan, that's the first time I think I've seen these. Yeah.
And I think the pants is some offshoot of the burgundy, so I don't remember what it is.
Yeah.
But that's what the Panthers are in right now. It's like I don't know, like a dirty burgundy, maybe?
It's very, very dark.
Right. It's a different color. So we're about ready to get this one underway. I always like to thank the great sponsors and supporters that bring you Tiger football. That includes Technology Junkyard, 37,000, 228 Highway 72, open Monday through Friday, 10 until 6. Get in touch with Chris if you're looking for some fantastic values on refurbished equipment, 573-453-0418. He also does repair service for TVs and computers, recycling, and refurbished service. Chris at Technology Junkyard, proud to support your Salem Tigers. Salem will send Paxton Deason deep. Alton May deep, and also for the Salem Tigers. Looks like Ryan Cunningham was back in the lineup, back in that corner. I wasn't sure if he was eligible.
Yeah.
The kickoff comes down and squirms towards Alton May. He takes it to the 18-yard line. Up the sideline, Alton still going down. It's hit hard at the 36-yard line. It'll be taken down there, and that's where Salem will start out. 1st and 10. We may see a few different wrinkles tonight for Salem, Ricky. A little bit of shotgun, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I think, like you say, Stan, I think that, the ones that, the Salem Tigers got to change some stuff up a little bit, Stan. You're right.
Let's take a look at the Salem Tiger offensive starters for the night. They include Charlie Terrell. He's at tackle. Titus Shepard at guard. Colton Mink at center. Titus White at guard. John Pettigrew at tackle. Silas DuBois at running back. Alton May at running back. Brody Ray will be at fullback tonight. Hayden Ragsdale will be your quarterback. Gavin Sapaw at tight end. And Max Schlomer, your starting wide receiver tonight. Tigers go 3 receivers. Single setback. 1 wing. Going to flip it back to Silas DuBois, trying to get to the outside. And he'll pick up about 2 yards to cut inside. Forced in there by number 20, Braden Curtis. A pickup of maybe 2. 2nd down and 8. Curtis came in from the outside. Rick forced him inside. And Silas wanted to get outside.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't get out there.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Just underway here in this district semifinal from Mountain Grove. Glad to have you aboard. And the Tigers go with a single step back. Brody Ray with 1 wing. And they'll give it to Ray. Ray gets a few yards there, maybe 3, and then it's taken down after getting across the 40-yard line. Give him a gain of about 3 up to a 41, and it'll bring up a 3rd down, and we'll probably call it a long 6. It would behoove the Tigers to keep the ball as much as possible away from the Mount Grove offense.
Yeah, got to keep them over there on the sideline. You're right, Stan.
So we'll see what they want to try and do here on a 3rd and about 6. They're, I'm sure, hoping for a 3rd and a lot less. Play clock is down to 9. Hayden Ragsdale under center. On the option, tries to keep it himself, and he's only going to get 2. Taken down there by Aiden Barbie. The ring of 4th down at about 4, and the Salem Tigers will have to punt. A knee step is usually their man who drops deep. And he will be this time as well. Will land in to punt. Last time Mountain Grove we played Mountain Grove. I don't think Will was available.
No, I don't think so.
He stands back at his 21-yard line. Snap is a good one. Land gets off a good kick, a line drive kick, though. Going to take a big hop and then just kind of checks up at the 20 and then bounces back to the 21-yard line. E-Step did not want to return that ball.
Let me back off of that one.
Yeah, that ball looks like it might have been knuckling, Rick, and he
could have been. Yeah.
He backed up. So as Mountain Grove comes out to take their first possession, let's take a look at the Salem Tigers starting defense. Titus White at end. Toby Hayes at tackle. Jane Hicks at nose guard. Ira Barton at end. Casey Malone at linebacker. Also at linebacker, Drake Smith. Gavin Sapaw, strong safety. The weak safety, Brody Ray. Free safety, Max Schlomer. And your cornerback, Silas DuBois and Paxton Decent. And the run up the middle, getting about 4, maybe 5. Looked like Curtis.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
2nd down, 5 yards to go. The Panthers like to go no huddle sometimes, and that's what they're going to do right here with Gardner going wide to the right side. They do that to try and keep the defense from switching players.
Yep.
Then double wing formation. Giving that to Curtis again up the middle, and he bowled through for about 6 and a 1st down.
Nothing fancy there, Stan. Just like you say, take the handoff, and Curtis just took whatever the Salem Tigers defense gave him.
He's a truckload to bring down. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
With Golden and Murphy, they're double wings, They've got a lot of speed out there, Rick.
Yeah, they do.
And motion Murphy giving that ball off again and getting very little yardage, if any, was Curtis this time. Safe ball in there, Malone. Both got to him.
Let's say no gain, Stan.
Yep. Safe ball's first one that got to him,
Yep.
Ricky, and then Jason Malone came up and added a little extra.
You bet. Just give me a little help here. I'll stop him here and somebody else get him down.
8:15 to go first quarter. We have no score. They stay in the double wing. Keeping it as he step on the option, trying to cut up field. He gets a block, and he breaks 2 tackles, still going, and he gets the first down out across the 45-yard line. Brought down by Brody Ray, but enough for the first down. Did you get 9?
13. That was second.
13.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. We're good. Bring up 1st and 10 there for the Panthers.
Right at the 45-yard. That's what actually spot them right on the
They did.
the line.
Right on it. Yep.
On the far hash mark. From the 45. Back to throw E-step. Looking deep down the middle of the field. Launches it down there. And the ball is
nice
at the 15-yard line. Nicely done by Gardner. And now bring it all the way down to the 15. I think that's where they're going to spot it. And that's exactly where they do spot it. 40-yard gain on that pass, Ricky, and a first down.
Wow.
We talked about the last game that they played. They did not complete a pass. That was perfectly thrown by East.
That was right on the money, wasn't it?
And that was good defense by Salem.
They were there. Yeah, that was just a nice throw.
Tigers bring him down after the 40-yard gain. 1st and 10, ball at the 15-yard line of the Salem Tigers. No score yet in this one. Eastep gets that ball off and trying to cut through the middle. Bouncing off tackler, sitting to the outside, and walking in the end zone is number 2, Eli Golden, for a touchdown. At the 7:08 mark, Eli Golden from 15 yards
15
out.
yards out, Stan. Wow. He bounced off the tackler in the middle, Stan, and he just kind of almost walk that one into the outside.
Yeah, he had nobody else
There was
out
nobody
there.
Yeah.
Eastep will hold. Back to kick will be number 50, Damian Martin. Snap is back, and the kick is up by Martin, and that looks good. And it is good. So Martin adds the extra point, and the Mountain Grove Panthers have a 7-0 lead with still 7:08 to go in the first quarter.
I mean, that was a nice drive, but that 40-yard completion stand by Eastep to Gardner, like you said, was right on the money. I mean, Salem Tiger wasn't like that. We wasn't there, Stan. We had a Tiger defender right there with him, but we just couldn't knock that ball down, and it couldn't have been thrown any better.
But Eastep had no pressure, Ricky.
No, he did.
Had plenty of time.
Yeah, he did
to get that one off. Hey, I want to thank our friends at Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center for all your animal health care needs. Dr. Ashley Cunningham is your vet, be it for livestock or pets. Give her a call, 573-729-4031, or go by 900 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. 7-0 Mountain Grove. First quarter action here in this district semifinal, Class 3, District 5. And Martin will be kicking off. And kind of squibbles that one. Ball takes a bounce to the 20, kind of backed up, and Alton May had gone to a knee.
Yep, went to a knee.
Field it. You can't do that in high school football, and Alton downs the ball there, and that's from Salem will have it 1st and 10, their own 20. I want to thank our friends at Denton County Farm Supply for having feed, fertilizers, mowers, weed eaters, all kinds of things you might need for your farm or for your home. Locally owned, Denton County Farm Supply, 1716 Scenic Rivers Boulevard to the west. All right, 1st and 10, Salem Tigers in possession on offense for the second time. 7:07 to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Panthers lead it, all set up by the 40-yard pass by Eastep to Gardner. Well thrown ball, well caught.
Yep.
Tigers flipping up backside to Sapaw. Sapaw is going to get just beat up at about the 18-yard line. There'll be a loss of 2. Second down. Almost. Yeah, we'll still say 2. Okay. Loss of 2. Second, we'll call 12. Safe ball looked to loop a little deep on that, Rick.
Yeah, it looked a little bit too slow motion, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit too deliberate.
Yep.
Yeah, he got taken down for the 2-yard loss. Tigers split out Cunningham wide to the left. Tigers 3 receivers in the pattern. Brody the single setback. They flip it out to Brody Ray. Brody trying to take on 3 Mountain Grove Panthers. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, a gain of 2. 3rd down and 10. I actually might give him an extra yard. Rick.
Extra yard, didn't he?
Make it a 3-yard gain for your fullback. Brody tried to hit that hole hard, but it got closed quickly.
Yeah, it closed up in a hurry.
Coming in is Ethan Hack from the outside. He did a good job of shutting that play down. In the double wing, back to throw is Ragsdale. Fires that ball deep down the field, and that ball is underthrown and incomplete. Intended out there for Cunningham, but the ball is too far to the inside. And it'll bring up 4th down and about 9. 5:42 to go, first quarter, 7-0 Panthers. I think that first down play is so critical. If you get a lost play on it, it kind of just takes you out of any kind of rhythm or momentum you have.
Yeah.
And then it also changes your thought pattern for the rest of the sequence.
Well, yeah, because like you say, you've got to try to gain more and those 2 yards back.
Waiting for him to go outside. A high snap. Land gets it off. The short kick going to come down near the 50. And the ball bouncing around. Now takes the Salem Tiger bounce all the way
got a good
to
roll.
the 38, to the 37. Wow, what a good roll. And Mountain Grove will have it 1st and 10 at their own 37 with a 7-0 first quarter lead with 5:29 to go. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on KSMO Media. Proud to be your home for Salem Tiger Sports. Missouri Tigers and Texas A&M coming up.
Big game for Mizzou, huh?
Well, it is. I mean,
it is.
They're decimated by injuries right now.
Yeah, true.
All right, double wing formation for the Panthers. Estep flips that ball back to the outside, trying to get around the outside, going down the corner. We're number 22, and that's Caden Murphy. Murphy will gain about 7. I think you're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 44. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and about 3. The double wings with Golden and also Murphy.
Yep.
And then, of course, they've got Curtis, their fullback.
Curtis have a lot of options in this offense, Dan.
Oh, a ton of them. 2nd down, we're going to call 2. Oh, just inside the 45-yard line of the Panthers. Estep going under center, turns, gives that ball off and trying to get through for the 1st down. And getting there is Curtis for a gain of 4 and a 1st down. He's the ball up to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, Mountain Grove at their own 48. We are at Mountain Grove, Missouri. Class 3, District 5 semifinal. Salem got here by beating Buffalo 20-14, and Mountain Grove had a bye.
Yeah, they got the bye in the first round because they finished first in the district.
St. James and Clever are matching up tonight.
Right. Yep.
In the other Class 3, District 5 semifinal.
Yeah.
In motion, he stepped back to throw. Has the man wide open down the field. He went to the wrong guy. He really had another man wide open down the middle of the field, and that was Brett Gardner. He was wide open, but a holding call goes against Mountain Grove. Wow, he was wide open.
He missed the run.
And I saw him, and he threw to Eli Golden going down the left side. And I thought, wow, you missed out.
He missed him. Yeah.
So the first penalty of the game, 10-yard penalty for Mountain Grove. And it'll bring up 1st and 20. I don't. Maybe he didn't see him go into the middle.
He was looking down the sideline that whole way, Stan. I don't think he ever looked in the middle.
Oh, Brett Gardner was wide open.
He'll come back to that.
Yeah, well, it would have been called back anyway.
That's true.
So 1st and 20. Flipping that back outside, trying to turn the corner. The Salem Tigers will wrap up. number 22, and that is Murphy. Murphy had that good run on the same play just moments ago. This time gets separated for nothing. No game.
Okay.
Maybe a loss of a foot, but it's not worth it.
Yeah, I think Kaysen finally brought him down there, Stan.
Yeah.
Kaysen Malone.
Tigers got in that backfield and disrupted that entire play.
Yeah, I was trying to see who disrupted the whole thing, Stan, but yeah, it was.
I think Brody Ray got in there.
I think you're right. Somebody, like you say, just messed up the whole play. And that was a nice job by the defense.
So Murphy couldn't get around the outside. This time trying to keep himself as E-step. E-step breaks 2 tackles, breaks a third. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, down the 30. He's not going to be caught. E-step with a touchdown of 63 yards.
Well, they had a chance, Stan, to bring him down and just missed the tackle.
A 63-yard run. And it's 13-0 here at the 3:53 mark. Yep. Tigers had him right at the line of
they
scrimmage.
were there. Like I say, they just didn't wrap up and bring him down.
Martin will come on for the point after here in this first quarter. So after a real strong play where they got no gain, the Tigers miss a couple tackles and it cost them a touchdown. Martin for the point after. The kick is up, and it looks good. It is good. 14-0 Mountain Grove.
Just like
we talked about the Tigers keeping that ball on offense and have not been able to do it 3 and outs, and you just can't do that against the Mountain Grove Panthers.
Not against these guys, like you say, Stan. We got to get some type of offense going because, like you say, I mean, you can't continually keep going 3 and out against this club, Stan, because they're going to put points on the board. So the offense is going to have to buckle up here and kind of keep some possession and maybe put one in the end zone here, Stan.
So the Panthers have a 14-0 lead, a 15-yard run by Golden, and then a 63-yard run by Aiden Eastep just moments ago. Still 3:53 to go in the first quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Want to thank all our friends at Jet Tire and Auto at 800 South Park Avenue for providing professional-level service. They have great tires. They have custom wheels and off-road accessories. Give them a call, 573-729-3650. Jet Tire and Auto, proud to support your Salem Tigers. Short kick going to come down toward Cunningham. He picks that up to 20. Cunningham right to the middle of the field. He's not going to outrun all those Panthers.
No way.
Down right at the 20.
No way there.
He ran sideways for about 35 yards, but actually gained only a yard on the return. Also like to thank our friends at Salem License Office. They've been a nice supporter of Salem Tiger Sports for a couple of years now. We do appreciate them. At 1104 South Main Street at Crossroads. Remember, your licenses, you got to have new license plates for your vehicles, renewals, registration, license, driver's license, real IDs. Remember, they're there for you. And if you have any questions, 573-729-8305. Salem License Office, proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Ragsdale under center. Tigers back in the double wing. Inside handoff to Du Bois. Du Bois will pick up about 5. And actually, they're going to mark him down at the 25, so a gain of 4.
4, okay.
Second down, and still about 6.
I'll take that for first down, Stan.
I'll take it for a first down.
Yeah.
We need at least another 4 or 5.
We got to get 4 or 5 here. That's right.
Salem Tiger basketball begins the Tuesday before Thanksgiving at the Cat Classic over in Licking. Hard to believe.
Already?
Almost here. Boys and girls. Trying to move forward with that Brody Ray. He got nothing. Ragsdale.
Yeah.
On the keeper. Faked it to Brody Ray, and he got nothing. Then I saw Hayden keep going. He gains a yard. See, they keep moving it. No, didn't go that far.
Just keep going. No.
Yeah, it would be nice. But it's still third about 5. Ball just at about a 26.5-yard line. First quarter action, 2:36 to go, 14-0 Panthers. Hallinar wide to the right side for the Salem Tigers. Tigers single setback. That's Brody Ray. Ragsdale wants to keep it. That's not going to work. He's only going to get a yard. There wasn't much of a hole there, and Curtis came up and filled it along with number 33, and that's Jacob Crosco. Bring up 4th down and 2, and the Tigers will have to punt. We've talked about getting the outside. Mount Grove's a very fast team, but you've got to do things to keep them off balance. And right now, that was those couple of plays. I mean, good job by Silas to get the 4 yards on the first down. But after that, it wasn't much.
Yeah, wasn't much there. Yeah.
You got to surprise these guys, and right now we're not surprising them.
No.
Laying back for the snap, he gets a little bit of pressure, gets on a good punt. Going to come down to 40, takes the Salem Mouse right into the hands of Estep. He comes to the outside, now comes back across the field and goes down at the 38-yard line. Nice tackle made by Alton May.
Yep.
And 38-yard line is where Mountain Grove will start with their third possession of the first quarter. They scored on the first 2 on a golden 15-yard run and an Estep 63-yard run. Our friends at Legends Auto, 500 West Indian Rivers Boulevard in Salem, are proud to be a supporter of your Salem Tigers, keeping your vehicle in good shape no matter what the season. Give them a call, 573-792-884. Legends Auto, proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Double wing for Mountain Grove. Handoff, a little delay handoff up the middle to Mr. Curtis, and he'll get 8. Just a little hesitation. Seemed to throw the timing off.
Yeah, it didn't look quite right, did it?
It did, but
it worked.
But it looked like that Estep could pull that out and go either way. Either way, he could have had that choice.
Yeah.
And just gave it to Curtis, who took the hole. So they actually spot him at 7, but
yeah, I got it.
2nd and 3. Murphy in motion, keeping it as Estep gets the first down and gets across the 50-yard line. Tackled there by Sapal after a gain of about 7 yards.
Okay.
Initially thought they were going to mark him down closer to the Salem Tiger 48, but they pushed him back.
He was down and then they rolled him over, yeah.
35 seconds to go first quarter, 14-0 Panthers. Ball on the Salem side of midfield. Again, double wing. The inside handoff goes to Murphy. He's got a lot of running room. Down the sideline to the 30, and he's going to get pushed out about the 23-yard line. Cade Murphy with a nice run from the 49. Let's see if they finally do spot him. 24, making a 25-yard run.
Okay.
First down for Mountain Grove with 20 seconds to go first quarter. Clock stops and the man goes out of bounds in high school football and stays stopped.
Till the next snap. You're right.
Yeah. Now he throws. Put that ball outside the goal. He's trying to cut back against the grain and still on his feet. Tigers struggling to bring him down, and he gains 5. Rick, that should have been stopped for about 2 or 3.
I agree.
And a good job by Golden to keep fighting and cut back against the grain. Tigers had the outside play cut off. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. With a score, Mountain Grove 14, Salem nothing. We're going to take a 1-minute break and come back with the second quarter. It's Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
At Four Rivers Community Health Center, we provide compassionate care for the whole family. From routine checkups and chronic condition management to dental care and behavioral health services to support your overall well-being. With locations in Rolla, St. Robert, Salem, and now in Cuba, quality care is closer than you think. Schedule your appointment online at fourrivers.org. Call or text 573-426-4455. At Four Rivers, we're more than healthcare. We're your partner in health.
Hi, Carrie Patton here from Town & Country Bank. We've got all the perks of a national bank, like online banking, quick loan approval, and you can even deposit your check from your phone. That's not why our customers love us, though. They love us because we still offer hometown customer service. Stop by one of our area locations and let our friendly team remind you how special hometown banking can be. Smart, friendly solutions. Town & Country Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Mountain Grove. We remind everybody all of our kickoffs are brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie Strader, your agent, 573-729-4941 at 1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. We've had a couple for Mountain Grove already in this game. Giving it this time up the middle and trying to work his way through is Mr. Curtis, and he'll get very close to a first down at about the 14-yard line. Just nothing fancy.
Nope.
Mountain Grove pushing the Salem Tiger defense back a couple yards, and they let Curtis do the rest.
Yeah. I give him that little hole stand. He doesn't need much to, he will. And if he doesn't have a hole there, Stan, he'll run over you.
When he gets that momentum going forward, Rick, he's just hard to bring down.
Yeah.
He's going to gain an extra 2, usually 3.
That's right.
All right, third down, about a foot. I guess I'll have to call those pants gray with the burgundy stripe.
Kind of a real dark gray.
Yeah. Put this one back outside to Golden. Golden gets the first down and gets inside the 10 to about the 9. Taken down by Salem Tigers, Drake Smith. Another first down for Mountain Grove. They got 7. Salem yet to get a first down this first half. From the 9-yard line, first and goal. E-step, keeping it himself. E-step to the outside. E-step dives. He's in for the touchdown. His second of the evening.
9 yards out, Stan.
And Mountain Grove takes a 20-0 lead. The 10:48 mark of the second quarter. E-step. Using the option with Curtis right there, kept the ball himself, and dove across the goal line before his knees went down. And now one of the Mountain Grove Panthers being asked to leave. I don't know if he's got blood on his...
Something that the officials
mouth guard, helmet, something
they seen. Yeah.
Has to get adjusted. So he checks out.
Oh, a little on his shin, Stan.
Yeah, he has some blood on him.
Yep.
Martin in for the point after. He stepped to hold. Snap is high, and the kick is up, but he drills it right through the middle. It is good.
Yeah. This is a straight-on kicker, Stan. And
yes,
he just booms and kicks it straight each time. Yeah.
Not only does he kick it straight, a straight-on kicker, he kicks it straight.
Yeah, he does. He does not hook it. Yeah, it's straight on. If his holder puts it down right, Stan, he'll be all right.
21-0 Mountain Grove here in this first half. And, again, Ricky, the Tigers got to get some kind of offense going because it'll be like this all night if it's Tigers are 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Not, like you say, because you're going to just wear your defense out. I mean, these Mountain Grove Panthers are going to keep pounding and pounding away, and our offense have got to get something doing to give the defense a little bit of a break.
Well, obviously the week off has not hurt them.
No.
You may well say that. No. On the Spot Auto Glass, another proud supporter of your Salem Tigers, wants to tell you what they do is actually right in their name. They change out your auto glass on the spot. Check them out on Facebook or call 573-247-3608 on the Glass Auto Spot. Proud to support your Salem Tigers. Kickoff being brought to you by your friends at Farm Bureau Insurance. As Martin drives it down, a very short kick, going to come down about the 25, taken there by Deason. Deason will get tripped up by a Mountain Grove player. I think that was number 10, actually, Aiden Barb. He fell over his foot.
Yep.
So again, that kickoff brought to you by Willie Strader, your Farm Bureau Insurance agent, auto, home, life, business, other insurance, like for your barn or your boat, maybe your tractor. Yeah, you got to have it. Make sure you get in touch with Willie. 573-729-4941 at 1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. So the Tigers right now really have got to find some offensive answers.
Yeah, we've got to have some answers here, Stan.
Going to have to figure it out.
Yep.
And they give you a single wing. Brody Ray is the lone setback. Heavy receivers to the left side. They give it to Ray. Ray spins away, still on his feet, dives forward for 2 yards. Second down and 8. 10:31 to go in the half. Again, you try and want to get more yardage than 2 on the first down, but at least it's a positive game.
Yep. Got to get a good percentage of this 10 yards down this play right here.
Cunningham checks out. Tigers with 15 seconds on the play clock. Put Schlomer wide to the left side. In the double wing in motion. Giving it to Ray, and he just ran right into a wall.
Ooh, there was nothing there, Stan.
They're going to give him a yard, Rick, but boy, I tell you what, that was a hard yard. Brody really...
There was nowhere for him to go, Stan.
Really got wrapped up. I think number 64 for them, Carson Gibson. I mean, he just stood there and he ran right into him. He just stood him up and got some help from his Burgundy people leaders.
They were right, Stan. There was when you said a wall, Stan, you meant it, because there was nowhere there for Brody to go.
Nowhere.
So
that's 3rd and long, and that's not where Salem wanted to be in, a double wing. In motion May, and the ball's lost on the ground. Who's got that one? Grove says they have it, and I believe they do. Nope. Boy, good recovery by Salem Tigers. Number 53 for the Salem Tigers came back with that with Titus White.
Yep. So lost a yard on that, Stan.
Lost a yard. I'll bring up 4th down and 9 from the 30-yard line. 9 minutes and counting left in the first half. 21-0 Panthers. Aiden Eastep with a couple of touchdowns. Eli Golden with the other. Every possession Mount Grove has had so far, they have scored.
Yep.
Snap is back, and I believe a little bit of motion on the Salem Tiger side. Yep, false start on Salem. Their first penalty.
Yep.
So we'll bring up 4th and 14 from the 25-yard line. They're trying to milk every second down on the play clock. Snap is back, and Land gets it off. Good kick. Good kick. Going to come down around the 38-yard line. And bounces right to Eastep. Eastep disperses field, gets a block to the outside, and he'll run out of bounds at the Salem Tiger 48-yard line. Return of almost 20 yards.
He wasn't going to let that ball keep rolling, was he?
No, that ball bounced right up into
him. Yeah.
Into his chest area. 1st and 10 for the Salem Tiger 49. It's a very short field for Mountain Grove. It's still 8 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the half, 21-0. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. An Eli Golden 15-yard run to the outside, then Eastep's 63-yard run on a hesitation play up the middle. And then Eastep just scored moments ago on a 9-yard dive. Up the middle, breaking the tackle, coming right through the middle. It's a train, man. I'm telling you what, it's just a train. It's Mr. Braves Curtis.
Yeah.
And he gets 12 yards and a first down.
Boom, 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 Stan.
He just pulled away from 2 would-be tacklers, Ricky. It's amazing.
You're not going to bring him down with one hand, Stan.
You may not bring him down with 2.
Man. You may slow him down, but he's going to keep going.
If you don't have another person right there when you do slow him down, it's not going to slow down much.
No.
Eastep keeps it on the option up the middle to the outside. Eastep to the end zone. Touchdown. Eastep from 37 yards out. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And it's now 27-0.
He's got 129 yards, Stan, on 5 carries. Not a bad night, huh?
No.
For the first half?
Not bad for the first half.
Yeah.
No. His little hesitation, Rick, it just must be enough to allow the other guys to give him that hole. And then once he sees it, he's gone.
And you're right, Stan. He reads it so well when he's out in the open field.
Martin with the extra point kick. And that one is good. $28-0 Mountain Grove. And I tell you what, Rick, these guys look hungry.
Yeah.
There's times you see a team out there that, that they're a very good football team, but they look kind of look like just an automatic machine. We're just going to go through the motions.
Yeah.
They look hungry tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Like in everything that we've seen them do tonight, Stan, has been right. I've not seen anything wrong yet.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They've done a very good job.
Yeah, they have.
Living the Dream Outdoor Properties is a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Call Jenna Deason, 573-247-0521. She's a land specialist in farm and hunting and recreational outdoor properties. So talk to Jenna. She can help you out. Jenna Deason at 573-247-0521. Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, proud to support your Salem Tigers. Well, Martin will be kicking off again. That kickoff brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Willie Strader. And don't forget, if you are looking for different types of insurance for your kids, for yourself, retirement, get in touch with Willie. He can help. 573-729-4941. The line drive kick back to the Salem Tigers. Cunningham trying to turn it up the field, and Cunningham will go down at about the 18. They'll mark him at the 19, and that's where Salem will start out 1st and 10. Just a 10-yard return. Well, we said it. We don't probably need to say it again. But the Tiger offense has got to find something. I can't tell you what it is, but they've got to find something.
Yeah. Whatever we've started out with, Stan, hasn't worked. So maybe you want to try something different. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Right now it's been 3 and out.
Yeah. Every
4
possession.
straight times.
Yeah. That's not very good.
Cunningham in on one of the tailbacks.
Ooh.
And looks like a little bit of early movement on the Salem Tiger side, Rick. We'll see if that's what the call is, but it did look like Salem moved just a tick early. I don't think he was forced to move. Let's see. Still waiting.
It was counting players for us, too, Stan. Maybe they thought we didn't.
They waved off the flag.
Maybe they thought we didn't have enough, or too many players or something. Like I say, I did see the linesman there saying he was counting heads, and I think that's maybe what they thought.
Okay. Well, I did see a little bit of movement on the Salem Tiger side.
You seen the same thing I did.
Yeah. But I didn't see the flag go down at that point either. All right, Cunningham and Du Bois as the tailbacks. Brody Ray at fullback. Giving it to Du Bois, trying to cut inside, and he's going to get 2 yards. Silas was one-on-one with their defensive end, Rick, and he decided to try and cut inside instead of going wide.
I thought he should have come on his hip and come on the outside.
At least try it.
Try it.
See if you can outrun him. He was standing still. You're not.
Yeah, you should be on the move.
Yeah. So, but he cut inside and gets 2. I know it's easy to see that from up here.
I know, true, it is.
Tigers with 2 receivers in the pattern. Hand out to Brody Ray. A flag goes down, and Ray gets taken down after a gain of 2. Trying to go off the right tackle. There's just not much running room out there for the Salem Tigers. They got to open it up a little bit. A little dump-off pass or something.
Personal foul.
Personal foul. Chop block on Salem Tigers. That's going to cost them.
That's cost them there.
Flag was thrown at the 27-yard line. Well, that's actually after a yard gain. So
they're going to take the play, Stan. I think maybe they're going to decline the penalty.
Okay, 3rd down and almost 6. A gain of 2. 6:50 to go in a half. 28-0 Mountain Grove. Tigers with Cunningham and Hallenard wide to the left side. Ragsdale wants to throw, goes back, has little time, and then gets taken down for a 2-yard loss. Back to the 25-yard line, getting in there very quickly with number 63, Peyton Meddy, for the sack. Bring up 4th down and 8. They're going to send Cale Gardner back this time on the punt. So 5 possessions for the Salem Tigers, Rick. 5 punts, 5 3 and outs.
Yep.
no first downs in this first half of the Salem Tigers. I imagine we only have a dead yardage of about 20.
About 21 is what
Yeah.
I see, Stan. Yeah, it's about 21, 20. Yeah.
Laying back for the snap. He's got it. And gets off a very low line drive kick. I almost hit somebody in the head.
How did that miss the lines?
And it stops dead at the 38-yard line of Mountain Grove. That ball never got 10 feet off the ground. It'll be Mountain Grove ball at their own 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
He got a good roll out of it, Steve.
Boy, he got some. That ball was smoked. He really kicked it hard, but it just stayed on line drive plane. That ball took some bouncing. No, it took some big bouncing. 5:48 to go in the half. 28-0 Panthers. E-step goes under center, wants to keep it himself, bounces off a tackle, and now here he's going to just go down. Salem Tigers had him. Titus White had him, and then he just bounced off Titus, and then came back and slid down at the 39-yard line, a gain of 1. I'm not really sure why he slid.
That's what I was saying. I mean, I seen that Gavin was coming up, Stan, and he just went ahead and said, "No, that's enough." Yeah.
28-0, Rick. You
That's
can kind of pick and choose.
That's right.
But that play was stopped cold, but Titus didn't wrap him up. And he turns one the other way, but he slid down for only a yard gain. Giving it again as he steps. He's got the option. He's going to run right down the field for a touchdown. Wow. His 4th touchdown, Adam Estep, a 61-yard touchdown run. His 4th of the game.
Puts him at 191, Stan, for the half.
And there was all it was a small option, but Salem bit totally on it. And then once he got past the line of scrimmage, Rick, there was no one.
There was nothing there. Like I say, you called that one early, Stan, and you seen the same thing I did. There was a huge hole there, and E-step seen it, Stan, and he didn't slide down on that one.
No, well, he could have.
He could
but
have.
He didn't.
He did.
63-yard run and 61-yard run. Snap is back. Martin's kick is good. And it's 35-0, but still 4:59 to go in the first half. Woo. Well, the inability of the Salem Tiger offense to stay on the field, this is not happening at the game at Salem. Tigers actually had a very nice drive in that game against Mountain Grove, but took some time off the clock. But, Ricky, that has not been the case tonight.
No, you're right, Stan. It's Salem offense cannot get anything going here so far in this first half, and it's like you say, you was talking about before. There's Salem's had 5 possessions, and we haven't even got a first down, and we're probably maybe at a plus 20 for yardage for total yardage in this first half. So that's not going to be good enough, Stan.
5 possessions, 5 3-and-outs, 5 punts, and 5 touchdowns for Mountain Grove. That's not the way you wanted this game to go. Mountain Grove getting ready to kick it off again. Another kickoff brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Willie Strader. For small business community, they've got you covered, Farm Bureau does. Give them a call, 573-729-4941, or 1414 West City Grove Boulevard. Stop by and see Willie. Short kick. Going to come down at the 25-yard line. That comes down to Deason, and Deason will get about a 3-yard return. Quick Tan and More, 24-hour tanning, is a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. They have a stand-up tanning bed, plus your traditional other 6 lay-down tanning beds. 405 North Main Street, you'll find Quick Tan and More. Call them, 573-453-8024. Find out more about their 24-hour tanning at Quick Tan and More. Proud to support your Salem Tigers. 4:54 to go in the half. I'm surprised we still see the starters in for Mountain Grove, to be honest with you.
True.
I mean,
might start substitute in.
They've got a game next week. You can see either St. James or Clever.
Yeah.
Flip it out back to the Sapaw. Trying to turn the corner. Sapaw's going to lose a yard. Taken down out there by number 10, Aiden Barb. Be a loss of 1. Tigers trying to figure figure out some kind of offense. It'll be 2nd and 11. I think Tiger fans are hoping for more of the type of game we saw at Salem.
True.
That has not been the case tonight. It's been all Mountain Grove.
Yeah, it has.
Here comes the pressure. Ragsdale firing down the field. He's got a man open, and Silas has it, dropped it, or did he keep it? He kept it.
Stan.
He hung on to it. Nice pass and the first down all the way from the 28-yard line.
27, I think.
27-yard line.
27.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 42. He bobbled it. Didn't know if he kept his feet in bounds when he came down with it. And so the Tigers get their very first down. 31 yards to play. Sorry about that, Rick.
No, that's good. I was counting up too.
I was lost in my own world. Handoff, trying to knife his way through is Brody Ray, and he'll pick up 2. This wasn't much out there. Again, Peyton Medney with a nice tackle. Look at that. Medney, a 6', 225-pound senior. He just leads by example out there, Rick. He just clogs up the hole, then just wraps up and takes the guy down.
Yep.
Nothing fancy.
No.
Doesn't come up pumping and jumping, and he just takes the guy down, then gets right back in line.
I'm ready for the next play.
You bet.
Yeah.
Tigers with 2 receivers wide in the double wing. Ragsdale off to Brody Ray going wide. Brody gets taken down at the 35. A gain of about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and a manageable 3. So nice pass by Hayden Ragsdale to Silas DuBois.
Silas bobbled it up in the air and come back down and let it.
He did, and I just couldn't tell you if he held on to the ball when he went out of bounds.
Yeah.
Just couldn't tell. It looked like he did.
Yeah.
But from the angle we had as he went to kind of turn his back to us,
we couldn't see the ball. Yeah.
So a heck of a nice throw by Ragsdale. Good catch by Silas. 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Firing that ball deep, way too deep, intended for safe ball. And bring up 4th and 3. Kind of surprised they didn't try and do some kind of toss run on that.
Yeah.
Try and get the first down, then go with the pass.
Like a misdirection here or something.
Yeah, something. Didn't happen. 4th and 3. Safe ball was open. Pass was
way too
overthrown.
Yeah.
35-0 Mountain Grove. It's been the A&E Step Show. 4 touchdowns. Eli Golden with the other.
Play clock's downstairs.
Yeah, they're not going to make it. And the Salem Tigers will have to burn a timeout. With the score, Mountain Grove 35, the Salem Tigers nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and come back at the timeout. And the timeout's brought to you by your friends at American Family Insurance. The agents, Jonas Schaefer, you'll find them in the Crossroads Shopping Center, 573-729-5165. Tiger football on KSMO Media.
At Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, we are proud to be chosen by our neighbors and recognized by Forbes as one of America's best insurance companies. Awarded for the dependable coverage we've been providing for generations, including 75 years of life insurance to protect Missouri families. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
Hi, I'm Willie Strader and proud to be part of this community. For all your insurance needs, call me at 573-729-4941.
Welcome back to Mountain Grove. Stan Stevens and Rick Hoyt and our KSMO Media team on this Class 3 District 5 semifinal. Clever and St. James are playing right now, and the Tigers are playing Mountain Grove, but it's been all Panthers so far. 4th down and 3. Salem going for it.
Yep.
And the Salem Tigers move early. And that's going to cost them 5.
Makes this a little tougher now, Stan.
I don't know if he tried to change cadence there, Ricky, and try a hard count maybe.
If he,
but there was more than one Tiger moving.
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 went. So like I say, he may have been trying to do that, but Mountain Grove didn't bite and Salem did.
Oh, they did, yeah. All right, 4th down and now about 8. Back to throw Ragsdale. Fires that ball out, and it is caught by St. Paul, and St. Paul's very close to the first down.
He may have got it, Stan.
Right at the 32-yard line. They're saying first down, Ricky.
Okay.
And that's a gain of 8. I mean, he's right on the line. And the Tigers get the first down. This little crossing pattern. Down and in.
That's the one we had earlier, Stan, that he overthrew him about.
But it was the other way.
Yeah, that's right.
So 1st and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line of Mountain Grove with 2 minutes exactly left to go in the half. Tigers on their best drive so far. Their only drive so far. Here late in the second quarter. Ragsdale on the option. Trying to go up the middle, and he'll get maybe 3. Down to the 28-yard line. Gain make it 2nd and 7. It looked like he wanted to pitch that one back, and there's a Mountain Grove Panther standing there. He made the wise choice there not to throw it.
No. He took his pitch man away, Stan.
Pitch man to the near side of the field, Rick. We keep kind of wondering, why do we do that?
Yeah.
You got a lot of green on this side. Maybe they'll change the play. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Ragsdale fires it deep down the field, and it is bobbled and incomplete, almost intercepted.
Well, he had him, Stan. He was open.
Ball was tipped. St. Paul was there, had it, or I should say, got a piece of it, and then it just got tipped away.
Tipped away from him, I think, Stan.
I think that was Gardner, Cale Gardner, tipping that ball away. He couldn't bring it in clean, Rick, and as the ball was in the air, I think Gardner just got a piece of it and knocked it away from St. Paul. 3rd down and 7. Clock stops with 1:02 to go on the incomplete pass. Hallinar and Du Bois wide to the right. Nobody there for Ragsdale. He turned and wanted to hand it off, and there was not a soul in sight. He loses 4.
Nobody there, Stan, to hand that ball off to.
It'll bring up 4th down, and now about 11. Ooh, they're going to give him a fairly decent spot. Still 4th and 10. A loss of 3. So with 37 seconds to go in the half, Tigers back at the 31-yard line. Play clock down to 25. They still got time to get this play off, but it is a 4th down play. Now they've got the clock running. I don't know why. Was it incomplete? Oh, no, it was not.
Yeah, good.
16 seconds and counting. So Tigers are going to have to hustle a little bit. Down to 10. Throw one in the end zone. True. Throw it up. Ragsdale back to throw. He's going to get hit and take it down for a big sack. We have a flag down, though, at about the 27-yard line. That's a sack of about 6 yards, but there's a flag down that usually means defensive holding. We'll see what the call is out there. Through. Ragsdale just got swallowed up, and he's still down on the field. There is no time left on the clock, but that makes no difference with the defensive penalty.
Yeah, this is a defensive penalty, like I say, or on the on Mountain Grove sideline. Yep. So it was either and he threw the flag, so it wasn't. Unless they do a warning here, Stan, I would say that penalty will count.
Well, we'll see what they do. The chain gang's already gone, Rick.
They've left. They're going. They're
taking a halftime break, I guess. As far as I know, that the flag is down. They're going to say half.
So they give him a warning. Yep. But like you say, we do have a Salem Tiger down.
Yeah, Hayden Ragsdale, he just got absolutely swallowed back there as he's going to try and throw the ball, and he goes off to a nice round of applause by both the Mountain Grove and Salem fans. But it is halftime. It's been all Mountain Grove in this first half. Salem with a little bit of a spark there at the end of that half, mostly on the pass from Ragsdale to Du Bois, and then the one to St. Paul for the first down. But really, that's it, Ricky, and it just wasn't much enough of any kind of offensive surge for the Tigers to really give the Panthers any kind of threat at all. And, of course, they dominated this first half. They only had 8 first downs, Rick, but when you have 63-yard runs, you don't need first downs. And, we remember that from the old Salem days. We saw that so many times. And we'd have 562 yards, have 13 first downs.
True. That is true.
And it's just kind of crazy. So Salem Tigers trail Mountain Grove here at the end of the first half, and that score is 35-0. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and we're going to come back with some stats from this one when we return. Tiger football on KSMO Media. Back in 3 minutes.
It's tailgate time, so come into Country Mart in Salem today and pick up all your tailgate supplies that you will need, like lunch meats, condiments, beverages, paper plates, cups, plastic utensils, paper towels, or how about Glenn's Smokehouse ribs, pork steaks, or even fried chicken. Plus, don't forget to check them out online at www.tcmarkets.com. Country Mart, Highway 3272 East in Salem. Stop by and see them today.
Every day we share personal information, like when you write a check, apply for a credit card, or even make a call on a cell phone. And the Bank of Salem wants to pass on some tips on how to protect yourself from identity theft. Don't carry around more checks, credit cards, or identification information than you really need in your wallet. Make sure you always safely store those items and other important documents. Plus, you should always choose passwords and PIN numbers that will be tough for someone to figure out. These tips are brought to you by the Bank of Salem, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Holiday savings are going on now at Napa Auto Parts store in Salem. You'll find ice scrapers and snow brushes starting at $5.39, cold weather essentials starting at $2.49 each, and Scott shop towels starting at $3.89. Stop by Napa Auto Parts store at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem. Open from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and 8 to noon on Saturdays. Or give them a call, 573-729-4156.
You want to teach your kid good money habits, but handing them a license to spend isn't smart. You need to easily manage where and how much they can spend, get alerts when they do, and have support to teach them money skills. Our student debit card account does all of that, and more, for ages 13 through 25. Their debit card can be added to their phone or smartwatch, and you can instantly move money and help manage their card in the app. Only at Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured.
Want to change a life in just 1 hour a week? Thanks to the opioid settlement funds through Healthy Dent County, the Mentoring Makes a Difference program is here, connecting caring adults with local students. 1 hour of your time can make a lasting difference. Join us today and become a mentor. Contact liberty@salemcommunitycenter.org or call 573-729-8163. Mentoring makes a difference. 1 hour, one child, one big impact.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
And we welcome you back to Mountain Grove, Missouri. Stan Stevens and Rick Hoyt and Salem Tiger football on KSMO Media. We appreciate you being part of our evening. And it's not going the Salem Tigers' way tonight as Mountain Grove has the 35-0 lead. But really, Rick, has been the A&E step show as far as offense for Mountain Grove, but it has been the lack of Salem Tiger offense until late in that second quarter when they finally looked like they had maybe something figured out.
A little something going on, like you say, Stan. Had to go to the air to kind of get some yardage, but hey, that's okay. Like I say, that if that's the way you're going to have to do it, that's the way you're going to have to do it.
That's part of football.
That's right.
It's part of the game.
Got to make adjustments.
Absolutely,
Yep.
And so the Salem Tigers do trail it here in this Class 3 District 5 semifinal by 35-0 score. And, of course, as we all know, you win, you go on, you lose, you go home. It's going to be a tough road for Salem to come back in the second half. But we'll see. You just never know. Football's a crazy game, but it is going to be very difficult for the Tigers to come back in this one, basically because it seems like the Mountain Grove Panthers have changed what they were doing in Salem by hesitating. And, Rick, we have seen this at least 10 times tonight where Estep or Curtis, they get to the line of scrimmage and they, hesitate to let the hole open or let something develop, and then they fire through it. And I don't remember that when they played in Salem.
No, I don't think. I think you know what you're talking about. Like I say, to me is they didn't rush anything, Stan. I guess what I want to say. They didn't. They just kind of it's kind of pick and choose is what I can look at that is they didn't really explode except for, like you say, on some of the plays. But a lot of the plays that I seen, Stan, they just kind of went in and when the hole opened up, they just kind of waited and then bang, they was gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and Estep playing the option
very well. Very well.
He sees the field in front of him, and he can pitch the ball or he can keep the ball. And in this case, most of the time, Rick, he's kept the ball. And with 4 touchdowns to his credit, obviously, he has really showed. I mean, this guy's a senior. He was a good player as a freshman.
Yeah.
Outstanding player last year. I think he was the All-SCA player last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then this year,
he turned right around
to do it again.
I think he's even got better than he was last year, Stan.
Well, he seems more patient.
Yep.
I mean, as a freshman, I remember him.
Slowed things down a little bit, I think, Stan.
As a freshman, he was kind of lickety-split, hurry, scatter, trying to get it done as quickly as he can. And I remember as a junior, he wasn't quite as fast, but he was still kind of edgy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This year, in the game in Salem, he didn't look like he could get rattled.
No.
And tonight, obviously, he's just waiting for things to happen in front of him. And when he sees them, he's taking advantage of them. And with 4 touchdowns, again, to his credit, obviously he's doing something right.
Yeah, and you're right, Stan. In the last game, that we played, Mr. Estep also had 114 yards rushing in that game, Stan. So between him and Braden Curtis, the last time that the Salem Tigers played Mount Grove was those two right there. And like I say tonight, it looks to me like it's all Estep is going to take it on his shoulders, Stan, and he's going to try to move these Mountain Grove Panthers to the next round.
And here's the thing, Rick, and we all know when you start to talk about playoffs, when you get to this level, and even though Mountain Grove had the week off last week, if you had injuries, that's great for those injuries, but you don't want to get out of a good momentum. Well, obviously Mountain Grove did not fall out of momentum.
They definitely stayed in rhythm.
No doubt that their rhythm is pretty good. But I guess what we're trying to say is that you want to try and give some of the other guys, though, because you never know. Once you're hurt, if you get a guy hurt, you don't have a week to practice and try and figure out how I'm going to fit a new lineman in or how I'm going to fit a new defensive back in.
Yeah.
This is a great time in a game like this for them to start experimenting.
Sure. Yeah, you will. Yeah, and I say that you're right, Stan. I say in this second half, we can start seeing some different players from Mountain Grove. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, but like I say, they may come out and start their starters in this third quarter coming up. But after that, I'm expecting, like you say, to probably see some younger Mountain Grove players in this game tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick, I'm going to talk a little bit about the great first half for Mountain Grove. As you mentioned, if you've been listening with us or with us all night long, that the first 5 possessions of Mountain Grove all came from 5 punts from the Salem Tigers.
Yep.
And the Tigers literally in those first 5 possessions, Rick, did absolutely nothing.
No.
And then when the Mountain Grove Panthers got the ball, they did absolutely everything right. Their first drive was their longest drive. It maybe not as far as yardage, but as far as time is concerned. And it took them almost 4 minutes on the clock to get that first touchdown. But then once they got that, then they started coming in rapid fire after that against the Salem Tigers. So let's talk a little bit about the statistics for the Mountain Grove Panthers, if you would, sir.
Yeah, let's start out with their leading carrier tonight, Stan, is going to be Aiden Estep, Stan. He's got 7 carries for 191 yards with 4 touchdowns. The second leading rusher, Stan, is going to be Braden Curtis. He's got 7 carries for 38 yards. Eli Golden, Stan, has 3 carries for 26 yards with 1 touchdown. And Caden Murphy, Stan, had 3 carries for 33 yards. So they ended up with 288 yards of rushing in this first half.
And passing, Rick?
Yeah, Mr. Estep put the ball up there one time. He completed that 40-yard pass. So they ended up with 328 total yards of offense in this first half.
He actually threw a second pass, but they was called on a holding penalty.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And he missed his intended target, though he had a man wide open.
He did, didn't he?
Down the middle of the field. And how about the Salem Tigers, Rick?
Yeah, let's start out the Hayden Ragsdale, Stan, he was in the passing game. He had 5 attempts. He completed 2 of those passes for 39 yards, and then that was in the passing. In the rushing tonight, Stan, with the leading rusher is going to be Brody Ray. He's got 7 carries for 17 yards. Hayden Ragsdale's got 7 carries for 3 yards. Silas Du Bois has got 3 carries for 8 yards, and Gavin Sapaw, Stan, has got those 2 end around for 3-yard losses for him. So Salem ended up with 25 rushing, 39 passing, 65 total yards of offense.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
Not to do anything. And 2 first downs to the Salem Tigers, all in that last drive of the half. And then for Mountain Grove, they had 8 first downs in the contest. 2 penalties for the Salem Tigers, and that was for 10 yards. And then obviously 1 penalty for Mountain Grove of 10 yards. And those were the accepted penalties.
Yes.
There were penalties that were not accepted by Mountain Grove. Well, when you look at this game, and we kind of try and remind everybody, these are high school kids, and, you're right now down to the districts where this is what the whole season you play for the right to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And everybody says, well, you play 9 games to play maybe 1, which is true.
Yeah.
But you play 9 games to play maybe 6, and those extra 6 will get you to the state championship.
Yeah.
And this Mountain Grove team, just from what we see tonight, Rick, not what we saw it back in Salem, a little over a month ago.
Yeah.
But tonight, this team is a very complete team.
Well, what I see tonight, Stan, is I see a team that's clicking on all cylinders
at the right time.
Yeah, at the right time. These guys are, and these guys have been together for a while. There's no, don't get us wrong here, but these guys have played some pretty good football all year long, and it's continuing here tonight.
We are at halftime. Salem Tigers trail Mountain Grove 35-0, and we still have another half to go. And the Salem Tigers will be kicking off to the Mountain Grove Panthers. So the Tiger defense, which shined down at Salem against Mountain Grove, they really played a pretty good game.
Yeah, they did.
Have not been able to come up with that same kind of effort tonight. And again, not to take anything away from Hayden Eastep, who's an outstanding player. Salem Tigers, Rick, have missed quite a few tackles.
Yeah, they have. And I've seen them, like you say, not only missing tackles, I see them. We're getting there and hit Yank the first hit, but we're not wrapping up, and then they're gone. Yeah.
We're going to take a 3-minute break. We're going to come back and give you the scoring in this one. We are at halftime, and the Mountain Grove Panther Band is on the field entertaining the crowd tonight at this district competition. It's the Salem Tigers trailing Mountain Grove 35-0. Back in 3 minutes, it's Tiger football on KSMO Media.
You've seen Towns Green in Salem and Houston filled with local community events, business ads, even obituaries. But did you know that the Towns Green staff can even create personalized closed networks? They've already created a closed network for Intercounty Electric, the Senior Age Area Agency on Aging, schools, churches, and others. And you're in complete control of the content. It is a full-service closed network, and it's very affordable. To get all the details, call or text Towns Green at 636-338-1199. Towns Green.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. Call 729-5761. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
Life is a series of moments. Big moments, small moments, moments you want to bottle up so they can last forever. At Edward Jones, we want to make the most of all of them. Whether you're planning for a trip of a lifetime, retirement, or just need some everyday advice along the way. That's why an Edward Jones financial advisor like me works with you to build strategies for today and tomorrow. Life is for living. Let's partner through all of it. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Leah Nash. Call me or Joe Brand at Edward Jones, 573-729-3831. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We're back at Mountain Grove. Stan Stevens, Rick Hoyt, and the KSMO media team. Ken and Penny, we do appreciate you right here. And not what we had hoped, Ricky. Not what we'd hoped. 35-0, Mountain Grove on top. And before we go over those scores, I do want to remind everybody that this district game is part of what we get to see the state championships. This is just to be – actually, last week was the first games of the championship round. And it's obviously you go through districts and sectionals and regionals, then quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games.
Anyway, but it gets you down to your championship games, which are going to be held in St. Joe this year. So I'm inviting you, and so is Ricky, to the 2025 Misha Football Show Me Bowl. You can watch Missouri's top high school football teams compete for the state titles. They actually have the 8-man title there as well as the 11-man classes 1 through 6. It'll all be held starting December 4th and going through December the 6th. It'll be at Craig Field at Spratt Memorial Stadium in St. Joe. It's 3 thrilling days of championship high school football action you don't want to miss. For tickets or more information, visit misha.org, MSHSAA.org. That's the 2025 Football Show Me Bowl, December 4th through the 6th, where champions are made. Ricky, remember we used to go down to the Dome in St. Louis?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And that used to be on the Thanksgiving weekend.
That's the way it was every year.
For years and years and years.
Yeah.
And then it moved back to Columbia.
Yeah, it did.
And then it went down to Southwest Missouri State, or I should say Missouri State now.
Yeah. But like you say, then now we went all the way from there up.
Yeah.
St. Joe's.
Well, I think one year did they have it kind of Cape Girardeau? I think one year they did. I can't remember.
I know they're, like you say, what they're trying to do. They're kind of moving around. Yeah.
Sure. And then, anyway, give everybody in the state a chance
You bet.
to attend it. But it is, if you've never been to a Show Me Bowl game, I highly recommend you go see it. It is very entertaining, and you watch these kids put every emotion, everything on the line.
Some very good
during
football,
those games.
folks.
Oh,
very good.
It's a lot of fun to watch. It's heartbreaking as well because somebody's not going to win.
Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. But it's like you say, but you can see some very good football.
We're seeing some pretty good football for the Mountain Grove Panthers tonight. They really got off to a good start. Salem Tigers offense came out and sputtered, and they punted the ball away, and it was the Mountain Grove Panthers moving the ball down the field. And at the 7-minute mark on a 15-yard run by Eli Golden to the outside, he scored. Martin's point after made it 7-0. Then at the 5:53 mark of the first quarter, Estep went in on a 63-yard run again after the Salem Tigers offense could do nothing. They went 3 and out and kicked the ball back. One play drive for Mountain Grove and 14-0 after Martin's extra point. Then again, the Salem Tigers offense came out 3 and out, punted the ball away. This time a little bit more of a traditional drive starting at the 49-yard line, but Estep finished it off on a 9-yard dive. Now Martin came in to make it 21-0 at the 10:48 mark of the second quarter. Just about 3 minutes later, Estep this time again on a 3-play 60-yard drive by the Mountain Grove Panthers. 58-yard drive, 3-play drive. Estep a 37-yard run on an option. And it was, again, we talked about this pause, this little hesitation. He's been reading it, and then all of a sudden it's just like somebody puts jets on his feet, and off he goes.
Once he sees the opening stand, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
And then Martin point after 28-0. They had the 7:51 mark, and then at the 4:59 mark of that second quarter, again a one-play 61-yard drive after the punt by the Salem Tigers, and Martin's point after made it 35-0. We will have a running clock in this second half.
unless it goes back underneath 35.
Unless it goes underneath 35 points, and that will start it initially right off the kickoff. So it shouldn't take very long to see how that starts to play. But the Tigers will be kicking off to Mountain Grove. And they're going to have to play some defense here, Ricky, get that ball back as quickly as possible and try and get some points on the board fast.
Got to shut these guys down, Stan, and it's going to be tough to do for the Salem Tigers.
It really is going to be tough to do. Again, Tigers are trailing 35-0. We are in halftime. Both teams have returned to the playing field, and it'll be interesting to see if Ragsdale can get back out there in that second half. He's out there, but it doesn't mean he's ready to go. He's out there. I mean, he's taking some snaps.
I think he's going to give it a go. I think he's going to try.
Yeah. Why not? You you look at some of these guys, and Hayden's a senior.
Yes, he is.
You don't want to go out in what could be your last game.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he'll try and fight his way.
He's going to try to fight his way through
back in there. 35-0 at halftime. We're going to take another break and come back and get ready for the second half. Before we do that, though, I want to tell you about our friends at Discount Benz at 1201 Scenic Ridge Boulevard in Salem. They're on the east side, and if you would go that way, you want to check out Discount Benz, highly recommend you head on down there. I'd go down on Friday right after they restock because you've just got a whole treasure trove. But as the week goes on and the days go on, actually, it gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Discount Benz, great, incredible values, a treasure hunt of deals waiting for you in Salem. And again, 1201 Scenic Ridge Boulevard East. Call them up. Find out more about Discount Benz. 573-543-2113. We'll take basically a 2-minute break and come back. It's Tiger football on KSMO Media.
Is your back continually giving you pain? Do you constantly have headaches? Do you have numbness or tingling in your arms, hands, legs, or feet? These are symptoms, and they're a warning sign from your body. And if you'd like to know why they're occurring, Dr. Amber Duncan of Duncan Chiropractic can help. Her mission is to find the cause of the problem and correct it. Give Dr. Amber Duncan a call at 729-2321 or stop by 401 East Scenic Ridge Boulevard in Salem.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Insurance with a local agent? It's called service. Call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Trust wants you to know they'll work directly with anyone. You don't need a contractor to use their services. Salem Trust can then use their modern engineering software to design and construct the quality trusses specific for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of their work does. Plus, Salem Trust is locally owned and operated. Open Monday through Friday. Call Salem Trust at 729-9276 for more information.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
And welcome back to Mountain Grove. Panthers are take the field. Gardner is going to be deep. And also, I believe for Mountain Grove, number 28, Levi Duggar. Oh, maybe they're going to put Murphy back there. I saw Duggar start to walk that way, and now Murphy's back there.
Okay.
So they'll be the deep men. Will Land will kick off for the Salem Tigers. Kickoff brought to you by your friends at Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie Strader is your agent. Willie can handle a lot of different types of insurance for you. It could be your home, it could be your auto, it could be your life, it could be business, it could be a tractor, barn, hunting cabin. Get in touch with Willie. 573-729-4941 or see him at 1414 West City Ridge Boulevard. Farm Bureau Insurance, proud to support your Salem Tigers. Land will kick it off to the Panthers. Panthers in their burgundy uniforms with their gray pants with a burgundy stripe down the side. We're going to go with that. And their light gray helmets. Ball's going to come down in the hands of number 40 for Mountain Grove, and that is Damian LaFranchise. Here we go again. I know. I just had to do it.
I know you had to do that.
I know. The franchise is what they say he goes by, but we just have too much fun with that. Actually, we talked to the guys from Mountain Grove, and they said they tried to start a LaFranchise fan club. But a nice return by the franchise.
Yep.
We may see him in the backfield a little bit more, too.
That's true. Let's see if the Mountain Grove looks like they're going to come out with their starters to start standing.
Yeah.
See how long maybe they'll do one drive and that's it.
Yeah, I would think,
yeah.
Rick. E-step goes under center. Keeps that ball, and he gets taken down for no gain. He gets a good pop.
Good job.
Oh, sure he didn't like that. For Max Schlomer came in and caught him right around the neck with his shoulder pad. And that's why we start talking. I mean, this is, you got to start looking at next week if
that's
you're
right.
Mountain Grove.
Yeah.
You don't want to get anybody hurt in this game.
Not
But you're
now.
going to have
Yeah.
Clever or St. James. And if you want to win that district championship, you really don't want your number one guys going out.
Yeah, you want your number one guys there.
So no gain for E-step. This time he flips it outside, trying to turn that corner is Golden. Golden back against the grain. He picks up the first down to about the 33-yard line. From the 48 to the 33, 15 and a first down. Payson Malone brought him down. Golden has those light steps, man. He just
boom, 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 and
kind
then
of floats,
gone,
doesn't he?
Dan. Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's running very hard, but he sure is getting yardage.
Yeah, he is.
On the near hash mark at the 33-yard line of the Salem Tigers. Keeping it as E-step. Another big hole at the middle. E-step to the outside, cuts back inside, and gets 12 yards and a first down. Big Hat thought he was going to be able to cut and go around to the outside, but he cut back in the middle, and as he did, Tigers got him down.
Yep. Like Gavin Sapal was in on that tackle stand, but I couldn't see who the other one was.
10:20 to go left in this third quarter, and Mount Grove has come out just flying here in this third quarter. Flip that back out to Murphy. Murphy cuts inside, one man back to the outside. Murphy dives down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 17 and a first down. Put that ball on the little reverse. The wing around, you can call it, and then he cuts up. Instead of going to the outside, he saw the gap inside and bring up first and goal to 7. Well, 6, I guess. Okay? Closer to 6. Just outside the 6, but we'll call it 6. E-step, get that ball off the middle, and scoring an easy touchdown. Number 20, Braden Curtis.
I don't know if he was
6-yard run.
I don't think he was ever touched, Dan.
I don't either, Rick.
No, he was not. Wow, Stan.
41-0 here at the 9:29 mark of the third quarter. Hard in for the point after.
He's going to get hard tonight, Stan.
His leg is.
Yeah, he is.
He can kick it off a lot.
He has.
He stepped to hold. The snap is a good one. The kick is up, and it looks good. It is. Martin 6 for 6. 42-0 Mountain Grove, and it would shock me if the offensive starters are still in there now, Rick.
Yeah,
I really would.
I kind of agree with you, like I say, because this is a time right here that you don't want to get anybody hurt, like you said. But going on to the next round, you want to go in as healthy as you can.
Well, the clock is not running, so it should be running. But it's not.
I'm surprised, like you say, that they haven't went ahead, but they have not. Like I say, I mean, in the old days, like you say, when I did run it, we did stop on scoring.
We did, but then they kind of changed it.
Then they kind of changed it, and maybe they went back to once that there's
maybe the district
scoring and a timeout was about the only way that we did stop the clock. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if that continues. Anyway, we are in the third quarter. Salem Tigers will receive. The kickoff brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie Strader, your agent. Remember, if you have questions about the right types of insurance for you, call Willie, and he's available to you come Monday. That number for Willie, 573-729-4941. Here comes Decent trying to find a little bit of room, and he's yanked down by the shoulder pad. He didn't really have any kind of return, hardly whatsoever, maybe a yard. Down at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, Salem Tigers. I'm seeing Murphy on the sideline already, Rick, so I'm assuming some of these guys are
going to be calling a lot of different guys, I think, Stan.
I think so. Man, it might be moving them out one by one.
Yeah, it can kind of.
Yeah, they also taking Curtis out, so.
Yeah.
But there's still some other guys in there.
Yep.
I see Eli Golden's still in there, so. And Ragsdale is under center. Giving that off to Brody Ray, and he's not going to find much room. Mike Dunn. And I'm trying to go over to left tackle, and there was absolutely nothing there for the Salem Tigers.
Wow.
Bring up 2nd down and 10. Some of the Mountain Grove faithful have already departed.
Yeah.
With Mountain Grove up by a 42-0 score. Tigers put 2 receivers in the pattern. Sapal in the slot left. In motion goes Du Bois. Hand off to Ray, and Ray is absolutely eaten up by 1, 2, 3, 4 Mountain Grove Panthers.
Man, Stan, there was nothing there for Brody.
Wow. 4. Count them. 4 Mountain Grove Panthers being led in there. Well, I see a number out there, Rick, and I don't see him on our sheet. It's got to be 78. That's got to be Malachi Williams.
Okay.
But the 7 is either wrapped in his shoulder pad or not. I can't
tell.
See it. I'm looking at this guy. He just absolutely
swallowed him.
Yeah, he stopped him, and everybody else just swallowed him. 3rd and 11. And then ball is loose on the field, and Mountain Grove has it. Peyton Meddy with a recovery. Oh, the fumble by Ragsdale. I don't think ever had that ball.
I don't think he ever, like you say, ever got that snap, Stan. Okay, we're going to see some new guard in now, Stan.
Yeah, ball's at the 26-yard line. That's the first turnover of the game, Rick.
Yep. Okay, looks like Dalton Shannon, Stan, has come in and being the quarterback.
Shannon. And that ball off to La Franchise. I couldn't resist. The flag is down.
Okay.
It's not going to count. Chop block
again. Yep.
Mountain Grove, and I'm sure Salem will take that. From the 26, it'll move that back. So the franchise actually got almost 11 yards, but they'll move it back 10. And that is their second penalty of 10 yards. Still bring up 1st and 25. Oh, that's a 15-yard. I was going to say.
I started to say, yeah, that's probably a 15, Stan.
Well, I kind of thought it used to be, but it did look like he was going to go back 15. And I should have not taken my eyes off the field. So at the 41-yard line, 1st and 25. Shannon going under center. Turns, gives that ball off in a big hole. Cutting back to the field, wearing number 16, and that's Brody Bevan. Bevan down to the 10-yard line. And that'll be a 1st down, a gain of 31 yards. Brody Bevan, a junior, 5'9". Gets that run. Shingan, now it's, well, they put him down to 12, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave it. Dalton Shannon gets that ball off again. Same play.
Same play.
Brody Bevins down inside the 5 to about the 4, gain of 9. Bring up 2nd down and 1. Exactly the same play, Rick.
Same thing, Stan. Hey, if it worked once, like me and you talking before, run it until they stop it.
Well, that's kind of the old adage, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Mountain Grove stays on that double wing. Second and 1.
Oh.
Handoff to the franchise that he scores from 4 yards out.
I don't know who he bounced off of, Stan, but that was he was hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he bounced off that tackle and went right straight into the end zone. Wow.
A 4-yard run for the franchise, 48-0. Here with still 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Martin in for the point after. And this one's going to miss. He didn't get that one.
Nope.
Might have been partially blocked. But the PAT is missed.
Missed. His first miss of the night.
Well, 6 out of 7 ain't bad. 48-0 our score. Mountain Grove on top with 4:30 to go in the third quarter. La Franchise, I like this much better than La Franchise. I just do. It should be like that.
Didn't we ask if it was French?
Well, it is.
Yes, yeah.
But they don't say it that way.
No, they do
anyway,
not. No, they do.
Damian La Franchise,
yeah.
This is a sophomore, 5'9", 175. He actually played last year.
Yeah, he
Remember
did.
as a freshman?
Yeah, he did.
Yep. And played pretty well,
Yeah, he
actually,
did.
if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's all Mountain Grove tonight, 48-0. Tigers are going to be sending out a whole bunch of different people, I think, as this game continues on. Still going to give the regular guys some time, but I think you'll start to see some other guys out there too, Rick.
Yeah.
Cunningham coming out, Alton May coming out for the kick. Martin will do the kicking, I'm assuming.
Yep.
He's a senior, by the way, Damian Martin is.
Is he? Yep.
I was kind of wondering, even right here, why wouldn't you put your JV kicker out in your placeholder?
Yeah,
to give them a
if you
shot.
got one.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you have to think that
I would think
these guys aren't dressed for the JV games, right?
No, there's too many of you.
Yeah, they've got enough for the JV. So, but why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, like I say, let them have some of those.
Well, I mean, this is a playoff game, right? Let them go take a shot at that.
Yeah,
I would have thought. What do you get to lose?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
if your good guy misses, your JV guy could miss.
That's right.
Still waiting on a discussion at the Mountain Grove sideline. I'm not sure what all that's about.
I don't either. Yeah.
And I don't know, is it with a trainer? I don't know who that young lady is down there, but they are talking to her.
They're attending to the official or what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. I think he's got something in his eye, Rick.
Okay.
Well, he has something in his eye we want to tell you about Rock and G Western and Trading Post. For all your Western apparel, boots, and decor, you can stop on by and see them out of Highway 19 North, 3629 Highway 19 North, as a matter of fact, 573-247-5000. Locally owned, Rock and G Western and Trading Post.
There we go. You got him all fixed up, Stan.
I didn't see
it. I didn't either. I thought, what are we waiting on?
Yeah, he had his back turned down. I saw a little white cloth down by his eye. I thought, I must have got something in his eye, or maybe he lost the contact.
True.
Could have had that, either haven't. All right, Cunningham to the left, Bay to the right. Moving up the field. And the kick towards Cunningham, but it's going to be taken a little bit early by Deason. Deason at the 18-yard line, trying to run all the way across the field. Now turns up, trying to go north and south, and he'll get up to about the 42-yard line. Nice return.
They run 50.
He run about 75 to get 20, but
he got there.
He got 20.
Yeah, he did.
Really do appreciate all of our great sponsors who've been with us all year long. Without them, we can't do this. And we do hope that you understand that and tell them thank you very much for sponsoring Salem Tigers sports and activities on the video side or on the audio side. Without them, you wouldn't be able to stream or you wouldn't be able to listen or actually get all the information you get. Tigers dive forward for a couple of yards, and we've got some substitute players in as well. That was Brody, though. Brody Ray got 3 yards.
Okay, that was Brody. Okay.
Yeah, but we'll start seeing some new guys in the Salem Tigers. Actually, Nick Ferrari is in at quarterback. He's just a freshman. Dane Ragsdale's got his helmet off right now. So
Okay.
he may be done for the night, Rick.
He may be. Yeah.
Ferrari with the double wing. Giving it to Ray, and Ray is just horse collared.
Horse collar. Yeah.
And I
Around the neck.
I didn't see a flag come out, so no gain. They'll still bring up third and about 6. Brody not very happy about that.
No.
They'll bring up third down. We'll still say 7 yards to go. Down to 2:32 left to go third quarter. Salem trailing 48-0 over Mountain Grove, and the Panthers have been on top of their game tonight. They have looked very, very sharp.
They did.
In a double I. In motion goes Du Bois. They flip it back out to Silas. And Silas gets about 7. It's very close to a first down.
Very close.
Went off the left tackle, and he had a little bit of a block
I'll give it
there.
to you, Stan. First down.
And a first down for the Salem Tigers. Their third of the game on a 7-yard run by Silas. He's checking out. .140 to go in the third quarter. Checking in late for the Salem Tigers will Land. He'll line up on a wing right.
I think Brody thought he was coming in for him, Stan.
And flag goes down. Salem was all messed up.
Yeah, they got all confused, like you say. I mean, they had players going in and going out, and like I say, Brody Ray was thinking that he was being substituted for, and he was not. Will Land had tried to tell him, say, stay here.
Well,
stay
Silas
here.
checked out, and I don't know if he told anybody he was checking out. I mean, he just went over to the sideline after the play, and
then, yeah,
they kind of.
Then, like you say, then Will Land came in
right,
late.
Will Land came in late.
Yeah.
He was going to take Silas's place.
Yeah.
So Land is in, May is in, and Brody Ray is at fullback. May in motion. Get that ball up to Land, and Land will get about 3. So bring up second and 12. 40 seconds to go third quarter. Salem Tigers in their road whites with the Carolina blue numbers, their navy blue helmets. Your video streaming with us. But it's been all Panthers. 4 touchdowns for Eastep. 1 for Golden, 1 for Curtis, 1 for the franchise. Back to throw. Ferrier fires the ball down the middle of the field. The ball's going to be intercepted by the Panthers. Coming back the other way is Cale Gardner down the sideline, and Gardner gets knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. A flag is down. That might be pass interference, Rick.
Could be. See what the call is here, Stan. Pass interference?
Interference against Mountain Grove. Yep. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Still not give Salem enough for a first down. It is not a spot penalty in high school.
Sometimes we wish it was, Dan.
Yeah, sometimes. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty.
But you're right, Stan. It's a penalty. It's a penalty.
They're putting it in the spot.
A spot foul? Wow. Okay.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I didn't know that one, Stan.
Well, it's close. It's kind of between the spot and the first down. I'm going to give it a 15-yard penalty. It might have been enough. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So be a 15. You'll put a 15-yard penalty on Stan, and that'll give us a first down. And that's the end of the quarter, Stan.
Yeah, but it's on a penalty.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't end the quarter on a defensive penalty.
If it's a penalty.
So, yes, we are at the end of the third quarter. This is like a free play. And off to Brody Ray, who'll dive forward for about 3. So take that interception off the board. And we play 3 quarters of play in this Class 3 District 5 semifinal, but it's been all Mountain Grove. They lead the Salem Tigers by a score of 48-0. We'll come back in 1 minute. Tiger football on KSMO Media.
Are you wanting to know what's going on in Salem? It's easy. All you need to do is subscribe to the City of Salem's Text Blast service. First, you need the text and number 855-435-4811. Then text the word CITY for all pertinent alerts and announcements for the city. For alerts concerning utilities, text the word utility. And if you're wanting to know about parks and recreation, just text the word parks. The City of Salem Text Blast service, 855-435-4811. Subscribe today.
From our yard into your home. At Can Oak, Missouri in Salem, we specialize in superior kiln-dried lumber and hardwood flooring built to last. Choose from red oak, white oak, and hickory. Ask about grade lumber and special orders for straight line ripping and custom widths. Visit us at 435 County Road 6430 or call 573-729-3310. Can Oak, Missouri. High-end quality wood, locally made.
Second down and 8 as we start the fourth quarter. Tigers have the ball, trying to get on the board. Ferrari under center. Turns, get that ball to Alton May, and May bounces off 2 tackles, and then gets taken down for no gain. Third down and 8. Always appreciate all the great work done by the coaches, the kids, parents, administrators, everyone involved in trying to make this successful seasons. Always like to thank Coach Neil Myers and also Matterson Sadley from our volleyball team for the Tiger Talks, trying to keep our listeners and local fans informed.
Yeah, kind of give a different perspective.
You
right,
bet.
Sam? It does.
Third down, handoff to Land. Land to the outside, cuts back into the middle, still going. And gets about 5, maybe. Yeah, we're going to call about 5. Okay. They might have turned him in, but, yeah, 5 will be fourth down and 3. Okay. Really like to salute again all the seniors for all their time given on the program. Hopefully 4 years, but if not, however long they came. And coming on their senior year. It's a commitment.
That's right.
Fourth down and 3. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. Maria, the freshman under center. Turns. And it's hit. The ball comes loose.
Flag in the
Panthers. Yeah. There's a flag right down at the line of scrimmage. And Ferreria is...
We got smoked, Stan.
Yeah. A little slow getting up.
Man.
Also a little slow getting up was Titus White. But okay, penalty on Salem.
It was declined, a turnover.
Yep, turnover recovered by number 33, T.J. Brown. Okay.
So Mountain Grove will take over at their own 30, that's between the 32 and 33-yard line.
All right. Dalton Shannon back at quarterback. The franchise at fullback. Keeping it himself is Shannon. Shannon trying to cut through, still on his feet. Nice run for the first down of 12 yards. Brought down by the Salem Tiger player, Paxton Deason. A 12-yard gain, another first down for Mountain Grove. Their 13th of the night. 9:24 remaining in this contest and in the season for the Salem Tigers. 48-0. Mountain Grove, 4 touchdowns tonight for A. Neestep. He's got over 200 yards tonight, does he not?
Got 203, Stan.
Not a bad night.
Not a bad night. On got 9 carries.
Shannon with 7 seconds left on the play clock. Goes back, hands that ball off to the franchise. He'll get 2 yards. Brought down by the Salem Tigers, Mason Dunlop. Dunlop, a junior. Mountain Grove will go to the Class 3 District 5 championship game.
Yep.
Did you see anything from Clever St. James?
Have not seen anything come up yet.
Okay. Keeping it himself, trying to go to the outside and getting first round yardage. Maybe. It depends on the spot. I believe it's Shannon. Yep, they're going to give him the first down.
Okay.
Right to the 45-yard line. Gain of 8. I mean, right at the 45-yard line. First and 10 for the Panthers. They continue their unblemished drives. I mean, they have not been stopped yet by the Salem Tiger defense all night long. 7:40 to go in the game. I feel confident in saying the game. Pretty sure even the wildest comeback couldn't.
I don't think,
couldn't do it this time.
Nope.
Well, franchise breaks down the right side. Still on his feet. The franchise goes inside the 20 to about the 18. They're going to call the 19-yard line. Let's see if that is where they're going to spot him. From the 45 to the 18. 27-yard touchdown, or 27-yard run. Let's not get too crazy.
True.
First and 10, ball to the 18-yard line. Got too many Tigers out there. Jumping over at the wrong place. They have to get back within the gray area.
Yeah.
And up the middle, and still going is LaFranchise. I like that name so much better. 6-yard game. No, we'll give him a La Franchise. I wonder if Damien would like it better.
Tell you what, that young man runs hard.
He does.
Yeah,
he does. He's their good kid. Like I said, good people here in Mountain Grove. We talked to him about that because we didn't know how to say it last year. So we thought he was French.
We didn't know.
We did not know.
Yeah.
And we found out after the game it wasn't.
The franchise.
It's the franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a good runner. He's a good player.
Yeah, yes.
This time we're going to do the inside handoff coming to Bevan again. Bevan to the middle of the field. Bevan, touchdown. This one with 13 yards out, Riggy.
Yep, got it.
Brody Bevan.
That's kind of another run and stand. Kind of just picked his way through there. That was a nice run by Bevan.
At the 5:47 mark of the fourth quarter, 54-0. And again, Martin and Eastep come in. Eastep to hold, and Martin to kick. And all Panthers tonight, no doubt about that.
Sure.
Snap is back, the kick is up. This one is drilled, and it is good. 55-0. Mountain Grove on top. And Rick, you never like to see this in a playoff game. You never like. Well, we unfortunately have. We've seen Salem lose to Platte County by large margins.
Yeah, we have.
And we also remember that game at St. Charles against Lutheran North. I think it was David McEwen's last game.
I think it was. Yeah, I think so.
But when the other team has just got everything rolling for them and everything is working, and
And then
what
nothing you can
you do?
Yeah,
you
tip your hat and go on. Yeah.
Yeah, you just say congratulations and good luck in the final.
Yeah.
But it has definitely been every possession they have had tonight, they have scored a touchdown. Whether it be on a point, or I should say on a kickoff or a fumble, it made a difference. Every one of them.
Capitalize on everything.
Everything. Kickoffs, doesn't matter. 5:47 to go in the season for the Salem Tigers. Going to finish with a 4-7 record. And a line drive kick, scoots back, hits the Salem Tiger player, and he's going to try and make his way up. And getting up to about the 40-yard line for the Salem Tigers. Bring that ball back. For Salem was number 6, Rylan Renault.
Salem will start that drive, Stan. You're right, on the 40.
Right on the 40.
Okay.
Ferrari is back in there, Rick, and that's good to see.
I think he's needing some more players, Stan.
Yeah, I think he does.
He's trying to get the attention here. Yeah. There we go.
We got 10. How about another?
Give me one more. Come on.
First and 10. 9 seconds on the play clock. Tigers don't have to hurry. Get up to the line. They're not even on the right side. Now they finally get set. Snap is back. They hand that ball off and trying to get to the outside, getting hit from behind the line of scrimmage. Getting in there was the franchise taking down Ryland Renault.
Got a flag on the play, Stan.
Yep, I think it might be on the Tigers. I'm not sure they were set.
Kind of in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were set.
I don't think they ever did get set. You're right.
20 yards and penalties for the Salem Tigers. They had 4 of them. These are the ones that have been taken. They'll cost Salem 5. But again, they're stopping the clock on everything.
Yeah.
I don't believe in district play you're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, usually, like you say, and like you say, in something like this, neither team is going to say anything about this clock stopping and starting.
No, they're not. This game's been decided.
Yeah.
Rory goes under center. Turns, tries it again to Renault, and he's going to get taken down right at the 35-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 1. Okay? 4 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter and in the season for the Salem Football Tigers. We mentioned not too long ago, well, maybe about 2 quarters ago or 3 quarters, basketball about ready to start. Doggone it. Woo. On that Tuesday before Thanksgiving, it's the Cat Classic from Licking. We'll be there for the boys and girls contest, varsity, right here on KSMO Media. We hope you'll be with us there. This time the handoff is going to be absolutely swallowed up in the backfield. Salem Tigers player number 11, Trip Creek. Creek just got hammered.
We did.
It'll be a loss of 2. 3rd down and 16. Ferreria at quarterback. We got some young guys in there. Creek just a freshman. Ferreria just a freshman. This guy's coming off a very good 8th grade season a couple of seasons ago. Ricky?
Yep.
They were undefeated. We're going to see a lot of these youngsters. Play clock again down to 4. Salem's going to be in trouble. They're not going to get it off. And they didn't throw a flag. I can't believe that. Tigers still going with it. A gain of a yard after all that. That was a mess. Ferreria had to keep it. Those guys were not set, Rick.
No, they were not.
Tell you. Well, gain a yard. Oh. Maybe an accidental kick in the head right there by one of the Panthers. They'll bring up a 4th and 15. 2:15 to go in the contest. Land will come in to punt. Cale Gardner will go back to field it. Officials timeout. We got more.
The franchise is going to come out, Stan.
He's got some.
Say he's got some blood or something on him, I'd say. Yep. They said when the officials seen it.
He's trying to tell him to set the clock back to 40.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was trying. That's what he was trying to do, is reset it. Yeah, he's trying to reset the play clock. They wouldn't reset it. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Snap his back. Land gets it off. Nice high kick, and it come down about the 35. Takes a Salem bounce. Whoa,
look at that thing go, Stan.
Down to about the 15 and stop at the 16. And that's where Mountain Grove will have it first and 10 with 1:43 to go. And again, Rick, they stopped the clock and they're trying to get the guy to keep it going.
Yeah.
And I don't know why when franchise came back out, they didn't have it going back. That was a running play.
Let him go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing the officials telling them to start the clock and move it, but they're not doing it.
No.
That's not good. 1:20 left. Mountain Grove may take a knee here.
They could just take a knee, couldn't they?
I mean, they've got a franchise standing back there at about the 10. And it looks like they're just going to take a knee with a minute to go. They just have to do it twice. They're waiting for the clock to go down to under 7. And Shannon will take the knee. Had to do it one more time to call this one official. Actually, 2 more times. They actually started the clock too quickly on the 40-second clock. They'll have to do it 2 more times. Well, again, a very successful night for Mountain Grove. And that's it. They take the snap. They put the knee down. It's just a matter of letting the clock run out. Down to 8 seconds left. And pretty well each team is going to their respective sidelines. It's a big win for Mountain Grove over the Salem Tigers by a score of 55-0. Rick, one of those kind of games that, no matter what Salem did, Mountain Grove was just going to be a better team tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. And I will say the same thing that you just said there, right there. The better team did win this contest here tonight.
Salem Tigers played, I will say, just a kind of a vanilla game tonight. It just didn't have enough to do anything to really shock. And I say you're going to have to shock a team like this because you got to do something that's going to disrupt them.
Yep.
Tigers didn't do that. And when you look at it right down the line, Ricky, it was just all Mountain Grove tonight. And they win it by a final score of 55-0 over the Salem Tigers. And so we are going to take a 3-minute break. We're going to come back and give you this totals and wrap it up on this final night of Salem Tiger football from Mountain Grove. It's the Tigers losing it to Mountain Grove 55-0. It's Tiger football on KSMO Media.
What's the signature of success in the hay and forage industry? A bale roll with a Vermeer 504R signature baler. Designed for convenience, ease of use, and durability, the working man now has a baler for any operation. Let your baler help you put up the best bales in town with durable components, an aggressive rotor, and a camless wide pickup that features fewer moving parts than ever before. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with a 3-year pickup warranty. The 504R signature baler is truly one of a kind. Visit your Vermeer dealer, Salem Farm Equipment, Highway 19 South in Salem today.
VIP Properties has 13 dedicated agents who are very committed to the Salem community and surrounding areas. VIP Properties agents are parents and grandparents of children who have been involved in the Salem sports programs, and we know how important it is. VIP Properties specializes in residential, farms, and commercial properties. We invite you to stop by and chat with us about your buying and selling needs. Our office is located at 103 East 4th Street, across from the Dent County Courthouse. VIP Properties is here to serve you. Go Tigers!
I think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper.
Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Martin.
Reality check number 36. Shouldn't your personal banker know you, well, personally? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. The first thing we do is get to know you. Are you a planner or a last-second guy? Have a house full of crazy kids or an empty nest? We aren't just your banker. We're your neighbor who helps with money. We might even spring for a cup next time we see you in the coffee shop. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMORadio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free! TownScreen is one of the most affordable ways to advertise your special event, business, yard sale, or even send congratulations to someone for as low as $15 per week. With 21 locations in the Salem market and 16 more in the Houston market, TownScreen also gives added value to their users by offering free ad service to the Echo Bluff and Montauk State Park lodges. Produce your own ad or get help from the TownScreen staff. Go online to townscreen.com or call or text 636-338-1199. TownScreen.
Well, sorry about that. We were trying to see what's going on across the field as there's an ambulance on the field, and just trying to see if we can see if it's a coach or player or something. I don't remember seeing anything up there.
Yeah,
we were
just
like
trying
to.
The paramedics, like you say, are checking somebody out over there.
Yeah, and hopefully everybody's okay.
That's what yes, we do.
It's all about. But big night for Mountain Grove tonight as they move to the Class 3 District 5 championship game against either Clever or St. James. We have no idea. We never got a score on that.
Nothing's
and
come
they
through.
lead it, and so. But we know how good Mountain Grove was tonight, and everything they did was right as they defeated Salem 55-0. Hey, really a quick note: tonight's game is more than a contest between two schools. The chance for learning, growth, and community. High school activities teach values like teamwork, integrity, and respect. And all your friends at KSMO Media and the Missouri State High School Activity Association remind you to do your part, show good sportsmanship, and model respect. Let's preserve Missouri's proud tradition of high school sports. Well, as we mentioned, all Mountain Grove tonight, and I mean, when you see how well they played, how disciplined they were methodical, but at the same time, they were a hungry team. They wanted this game. They wanted it bad.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. They come out and they were hitting on all cylinders here tonight, and they throttled the Salem Tigers by a score of 55-0. And it we go over the stats here in just a little bit, Stan. You'll kind of see the what we're talking about, and that it was all Mountain Grove Panthers tonight.
Well, when you think, we've seen Mountain Grove many years, and we've seen some good teams, and this team is a very solid
good team. Yeah, they're solid.
And not only their starters, but their JV guys came in. They played very solid.
Yeah, they come in and played very well too, Stan. Like saying, we'll kind of look here just a second in the totals, but I'll kind of give you just a little bit of rundown, Stan. As the Mountain Grove Panthers ended up with a 450-yard night, just rushing on the night. They put 40 yards. Of passing on the one pass play that Aiden Estep Stan had to Cale Gardner. They ended up with 490 total yards in this contest here tonight. So it's if you look at that, Stan, and you can see what we're talking about with total domination by the Mountain Grove Panthers here tonight.
And most of it was just either on a kickoffs or failed drive. Salem did fumble the ball twice in the contest, and Mountain Grove took advantage of both of those and scored touchdowns.
Yeah, they
so
did.
The only one they didn't score on was their final one of the night.
The final one.
And,
they
didn't need it.
They didn't need it.
Just run the clock out. But they are addressing a player over there, Rick, and could not get the number.
Okay.
And I'm hoping
so we're
that
not going to. Yeah,
we're not going to speculate.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
Yep.
And we'll just kind of go with it
the
way
that.
it is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
As of now. But when you look at 490 yards,
gosh,
and a lot of these are one-play drives. You know, you hate to see a defense that plays so well at home.
Yeah.
To just kind of, I won't say be dismantled by Mountain Grove, but I think Mountain Grove came out to prove a point to the Salem Tigers. That game, Salem is the only team that kept Mountain Grove to 30 points or less.
Yeah.
All year long.
Yeah.
All year.
Yeah. And we'll kind of add that a little bit to that, Stan. Like Stan is talking about. I mean, that Mountain Grove only lost one game, folks, this year. That was the very, very first game of the year, and they lost that game, folks. What the score was? 29-28. So and then after that, like I say, they've run the table, and Salem, like you're talking about, when they played Salem, they give them the best game in the SCA. So
Mountain View's the next one at 36-6.
Yeah.
So everybody else was over 50.
Yeah. I mean, they just kind of dominated the SCA this year, and I got to hand it to them. I mean, they're a very good football team, Sam.
They are a very good football team, Rick. You talked about 490 yards in offense for them, 450 of that coming on the ground. Why don't you give a few of the details about that?
Yeah, let's go with their leading carrier tonight, Stan. It's going to be, of course, Mr. Estep, Stan. He had 9 carries for 203 yards. The next guy, Stan's going to have Brody Bevan. Stan had to come in, and we were just talking about the JV kids. That kid right there had 3 carries for 53 yards. Caden Murphy, Stan, had 4 carries for 50. Eli Golden had 4 for 41. Braden Curtis, Stan, which he really dominated in that Salem game. He only ended up with 8 carries for 44 yards on the night. And Dalton Shannon, Stan, come in and had 2 carries for 20. Damian LaFranchise, Stan, had 4 carries for 39. So they ended up, like you say, Stan, but there's your 450 yards right there.
And 2 of those touchdowns, by the way, as we were talking about it, coming from the JV guys.
That's right.
In that third and fourth quarter. So, obviously, not taking anything away, but,
right.
You've got the seniors that are going to be leaving and these juniors. Most of these are juniors we're talking about here, except for the franchise, who is a sophomore.
Yeah.
But they're going to be coming back. So, I mean, it looks like the Mountain Grove Panthers program has a nice succession.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things Salem Tigers have been trying to
trying to build and get established. You're right. Yep.
We got great seniors. We're going to be missing Gavin Sapog, going to be missing Titan Shepard, Eddie Ragsdale, guys like this that have contributed. Ira Barton, Calvin Malone, Arcase Malone. All these guys lost Everett Campbell early in the year.
Yeah.
He was just such a catalyst.
And he'd come back and he tried standing and he couldn't do it.
Yeah. Anyway, but nonetheless, all these guys that are all seniors, some of these guys leave a lasting impression on some of the other players. And hopefully that will continue in a positive way for some of these guys that are still coming up. Then you get the guys like Nick Ferreira coming in and getting a little time here in a playoff game as a freshman. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That definitely helps you out. But, again, when you have that kind of depth and that kind of diversity that Mountain Grove showed tonight, Ricky, that's tough to stop. But that's why they could be a favorite getting into, we'll say quarterfinal to semifinal, possibly.
I'd say you're looking at like say the way this team played here tonight, Stan. They're right now. I'd say that they're clicking on all cylinders, and that's that's maybe not giving them enough credit, but I tell you they come out here tonight, Stan, and they done exactly what they wanted to do to the Salem Tigers, and they totally dominated them.
And not all cylinders on offense, but all cylinders on defense as well. They shut down the Tigers. Tigers could get nothing generated in that first half until late in the second quarter, and they finally got some yardage. But, Ricky, a disappointing night for the Salem Tigers, obviously, but still, guys gave it their all, and that's all you can ask.
That's all you can ask for. Like I say, let's kind of go over the Salem stats a little bit, Stan. We've got Mr. Ragsdale Stan tonight. He put the ball up 5 times. He completed 2 of those passes for 39 yards. And the leading rusher for tonight, Stan, was going to be Brody Ray. He had 12 carries for 23 yards. Silas Du Bois had 4 carries for 15 yards. Hayden Ragsdale had 7 had 7 carries for 3 yards. Will Land had a couple of carries for 8. Gavin Sapo had a couple of carries for a -3. Rylan Reynolds Stan had 1 carry for 1. Trip Creek come in Stan and had 1 carry for a -2 yards. And Nick Ferrari Stan had 1 carry for 1 yard. So Salem ended up with 46 yards of rushing on the night.
And then passing, Ricky, that you mentioned that pass, was that 39 yards?
39 yards, yeah, you're right. Standing that. So
we started talking about 85 total yards.
85 total yards for the Salem Tigers on offense here tonight.
And one drive had about 55 of that.
Yeah, you're right.
So the Tigers just really could never get on track in this contest. When you look at the amount of first downs, Mountain Grove finished with a total of 15 of them. Salem Tigers had 4. Turnovers, 2 for Salem Tigers, both those fumbles occurring in their second half. And turnovers for Mountain Grove, none. As we talked about, they played a solid game.
Solid game.
And for the Salem Tigers, they had 4 penalties for 20 yards, and Mountain Grove 3 for 45. And again, those are the ones that are accepted. So again, kind of keep that in mind as well. When we return, we're going to give you the scoring in this one and wrap it up. It's Salem Tiger football. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back. It's Tiger football on KSMO Media.
At Country Mart in Salem, you'll find gluten-free, organic, and diabetic products. They also have fresh produce, quality meats, a bakery, and a full-service deli that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have you joined the Country Mart e-Club yet? You'll receive exclusive offers, weekly specials, and special sale items through your email. It's free to join, and for more information about the e-Club, go to www.tcmarkets.com. It's just another service from Country Mart in Salem.
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem, visit our website, or download our free mobile app. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Out of town and want to know what's going on in Salem, how the Salem Tigers did, or who may have passed away? There's only one way to get that information quickly, and that's by going to Your World Today online. Go to KSMORadio.com and click on the Your World Today button, and you'll get the latest edition online, or check out the Your World Today archives. And if you are in town, pick one up in any of the 30-plus locations in Salem and Bunker. Your World Today, they're free. TownScreen is one of the most affordable ways to advertise your special event, business, yard sale, or even send congratulations to someone for as low as $15 per week. With 21 locations in the Salem market and 16 more in the Houston market, TownScreen also gives added value to their users by offering free ad service to the Echo Bluff and Montauk State Park lodges. Produce your own ad or get help from the TownScreen staff. Go online to townscreen.com or call or text 636-338-1199. TownScreen.
At Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, we are proud to be chosen by our neighbors and recognized by Forbes as one of America's best insurance companies. Awarded for the dependable coverage we've been providing for generations, including 75 years of life insurance to protect Missouri families. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
Hi, I'm Willie Strader and proud to be part of this community. For all your insurance needs, call me at 573-729-4941.
At Four Rivers Community Health Center, we provide compassionate care for the whole family. From routine checkups and chronic condition management to dental care and behavioral health services to support your overall well-being. With locations in Rolla, St. Robert, Salem, and now in Cuba, quality care is closer than you think. Schedule your appointment online at fourrivers.org. Call or text 573-426-4455. At Four Rivers, we're more than healthcare. We're your partner in health.
Welcome back to Mountain Grove, Missouri. Stan Stevens, Rick Hoy with you here. It was all Mountain Grove tonight as they defeat the Salem Tigers 55-0 in this game, in this district contest. And Mountain Grove will move on to play either Clever or St. James. Right now, the last check, Rick, we got Clever was leading St. James 22-7.
22-7. Okay.
So
we don't know if
that's not a final.
That's
not a final. So anyway, we don't know how far that is, but it's not a final.
That's the latest update that we have.
All right, here's the scoring in this contest for Mountain Grove. They got started. The Salem Tigers got the initial kickoff and could do nothing. They punted back to Mountain Grove. They went on a 57-yard drive. 7-minute mark in the first quarter. Eli Golden went in from 15 yards out on a run around the right end. He scored, and then it was just the Martin kick game the whole night. Man, I tell you that.
He's going to have a sore leg tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, you just might have a sore leg tonight by the time it's all done. But Damian Martin, his first extra point, 7-0. Again, the Tigers' offense on the next kickoff could do nothing. And Mountain Grove got it back at the 37-yard line after a punt by Land. And it was a one-play drive of Aiden Eastep taking it 63 yards. Martin point after was good, 14-0 at that point. Then early in the second quarter, again after a Tiger failed drive, again 1-2-3 punt, 1-2-3 punt. It was Eastep going in from 9 yards out as Mountain Grove Panthers scored their third touchdown at the 10:48 mark of that second quarter. And it was now 21-0 after Martin's point after was good. Again, the Tigers' offense sputtered, had to punt the ball again, and this time it was Eastep from 37 yards out after a three-play drive, 7:51 mark of that second quarter. And the punt after by Martin was good, 28-0, and then before the half, at the 4:59 mark again, Salem Tigers could not generate any offense, had to give the ball back. And again, another one-play drive, a 61-yard run by Eastep. Martin the point after 35-0 at halftime. Salem kicked off in the second half, and Mountain Grove got it, and they came marching right down the field, and it was their big fullback, Braden Curtis, going in from 6 yards out. Martin's point after was good, 42-0 at the 9:29 mark. At the 4:30 mark of the third quarter, it was their fullback, Damian LaFranchise.
Yes,
I had to get it in one more time.
One more time.
No, I get LaFranchise is what his name is. I just love the way LaFranchise comes out. It just flows. It's a good roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a lot of fun. And if the Mountain Grove guys would have told us that it really upset them or something, but they were still trying to get that fan club going. I thought that would be great.
That was a good deal.
That was kind of fun when they talked to us about it. Anyway, the point after was missed, 48-0, and then the final touchdown from Brody Bevan at 5:41 left to go in the fourth quarter. 13-yard run for him. Point after by Martin was good, 55-0. Our final score here tonight. Salem ends the season 4-7, and Rick, I'm going to read off a bunch of sponsors here before we get out of here. But this is Rick Hoyt's last game.
That's right.
He's retiring.
I am retiring from this, folks.
And so for all the years we've been doing this, and that's been many.
You bet.
I love you, brother.
I love you, brother.
And I really do appreciate you coming with us and enjoying those games, some of those late-night games, the cold down at California, Missouri. People will never know.
We've been all over the state, Stan. I will say that.
They will never know the experiences, but it's been a pleasure.
We got a lot of stories. Yeah.
And I want to thank you for being a close friend, and truly am going to miss you.
Yeah.
I really do.
Thank you.
And we do want to thank our great sponsors, because without them, Ricky and I couldn't do this.
Right.
And, next year you won't do it anyway. But anyway, Town & Country Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa, Mooney Auto Supply, Town Screen, Tax Masters, Town & Country Insurance, the City of Salem, Denton County Prevention Coalition, Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Canoke Lumber, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson Attorney at Law, Salem Farm Equipment, VIP Properties, Hubs Tire Center, Brian W. Boutique, The Looking Glass Salon, Living the Dream Real Estate, Quick Tan, Rockin' Jean Western Boutique, Denton County Farm Supply, Healthy Denton County, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center, United Country Salem Realty, Shelter Insurance, Jet Tire and Auto, Salem License Bureau, Technology Junkyard, Ozark Overhead Door, Legends Automotive, On the Spot Auto Glass, and Your World Today. Without those sponsors, guys, we can't do this.
We could not do this.
And we do hope that you do stop by and thank those people because without their support, this just doesn't happen. For Ben and Kenny, the two best audio guys in the world, no, that's us. They're the best video guys.
Yeah,
no,
they're a part of us.
Yeah,
big
a
part of us.
big part of us. The big part on the video side. I want to thank them. Without their expertise, our video streams would be mediocre at best. I mean, they're truly
Without
at
those
best.
guys, yeah.
But now with these guys, they make it fun. They do a lot of things that are just incredible for a small radio station in Salem, Missouri, to be able to put out there. We want to thank them. Also, Ricky, again, thank you for all your years of patronage. And again, I just want to say thank you very much,
You bet,
brother.
brother.
Really do
Like I
appreciate
say,
you.
Stan, I'll leave us with you. I got one in the fourth quarter. The last score we got Clever at 28. We got St. James at 13, and that's in the fourth quarter.
So Mount Grove will face right now. It looks like Clever, but game's not over.
That's right.
And so if they do, and I believe that game would be at Clever.
I think you're right.
I believe because Clever's playing St. James tonight. So that would be the way it is. You can't have back-to-back home games. At least I don't think so.
I don't think so. Like I say, unless they've changed
You
that.
couldn't do that years ago.
No, they could not.
We haven't been that far into the districts in
We
a
have
while.
not. No, we have not.
But again, I want to thank everybody for making it possible. For all those who have listened and enjoy it, for all those who have commented, and all those that tell us that, and talk to us when we're out in public, we really thank you for your comments and appreciate you following the Tigers with us on KSMO. My name is Dan Stevens. For Sally back at the station, again, for Ken, for Ben, for Ricky, we hope you enjoyed the season. Basketball in 2 weeks. I know it's crazy, but we'll be there to bring it to you from the Licking High School, the Cat Classic on KSMO Media. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Good night from Mountain Grove.
Thank you for tuning into this broadcast of Salem Tiger Sports. Tonight's game wouldn't be possible without these incredible sponsors. Town and Country Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa, Mooney Auto Supply, Town Screen LLC, Taxmasters, Town and Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Joe Brand and Leah Nash, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, United Country Salem Realty, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, American Family Insurance, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Candy Mink and Katie Cardi, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, On the Spot Auto Glass, Ozark Overhead Door, Shelter Insurance, Jet Tire and Auto, The Technology Junkyard, Legends Automotive LLC, Salem License Bureau, Prevention Consultants of Missouri, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Discount Bins, Fly-In W Boutique, Healthy Dent County, the City of Salem, VIP Properties, Salem Farm Equipment, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Quick Tan and more, Four Rivers Community Health Center and Rocking G Western Trading Post. Thank you for watching tonight's game of Salem Tiger football, right here on KSMO Media.